I'm gonna quickly write these points down.
Y'all can come on in here. Y'all already know how it is. Y'all know how we do. Y'all can say what you want, but you're still here. So
Oh my god.
what's happening? What? Dun, 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 dun. Look over here. Dun, 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 dun,
Everything
dun.
is okay, I swear. I'm not being kidnapped.
Mm, It's Friday, and y'all already can tell
I didn't
it,
even drink anything, I swear.
it's as busted as always.
Uh,
Haters,
we're big ghetto all day, every day.
it's not even showing up that I can see us, so I can make sure that all of my devices are put on silent.
Yeah, let me make sure too. We are 53 seconds in and we have already lost our shit.
What do y'all expect? You expect nothing.
Okay,
You expect nothing.
so the so when you log on to Twitch right now, it's currently showing the camera falling as the thumbnail, and
We don't want that, Twitch. We don't want
that's
that.
Twitch is ready to be petty. Is what I'm saying.
With the petty already, the
Twitch
petty
is
already,
ready
the
to
petty
be petty.
already, petty already, petty already. See, petty already. All right, volume already. Damn, damn, damn. Oh man, it's way over there. That's okay. I'm not gonna worry about it. Uh-oh. You know what?
No,
It
you're good.
won't
I was
help
testing the sound. We
if
sound
I
great.
put everything on mute in my house.
I can't hear anything in your house.
I know because I just put it on mute.
Oh, okay. If
All
I put
right.
my whole life on mute, I think we'll be okay. Hey, Tiny, popping in real quick to say hello. I gotta work overnight. Ew. So I gotta go to bed, but love you, ladies. The
Oh, we love
sweetest
you
of
too.
pie.
Well, you're one of our favorite haters because you're one of the few only haters we have, and so we love you.
We love every hater unequally.
Right. Where is my notebook? I
We
don't have.
have to actually get to the nitty gritty really fast right now.
So we're gonna give everybody about 2 more minutes. What, 7:05? That's
Yeah,
good.
7:05 sounds
So
great.
that's 2 minutes from now.
Mwah, Tiny.
I know. Enjoy. Let the thoughts of good hateration
Yes,
dance
that
in
is
your
part of the
head.
news. We will talk about that first because I think that will take a good bit of time. The One Piece
Oh,
trailer is getting big mixed reviews, but the top video casters on YouTube are actually praising it. So
I
people,
want
go ahead.
I want Tiny to know that I'm gonna save my vitriol just for when she comes back, because she already knows how I feel about One Piece.
I'm
And
gonna
this
leave my
just made it.
baggy One Piece
It was
alone.
the icing on the disgusting ass cake that's just that show.
I hate y'all. I hate all of you. Don't you in this bitch? How dare?
You may go to bed rest assured that I have nothing nice to say about nothing regarding this.
Y'all make me
There
sick.
you
I need
go.
to put something like right here.
Me too, but I already planned. I got a whole plan
Ooh.
for this room. Picture this:
Picture it.
Bohemian game room.
Bohemian nerd. Nerdy
Put it right
Hemian.
here,
Nerd Hemian.
because soon all of this will transform. I'm gonna work on it, and it's gonna be different.
Bye, Tiny. She didn't say anything bad.
Bye.
I felt your neuro waves from this far thinking bad thoughts.
It's coming.
It's coming.
I'm excited.
All right, it's 7:05. Where do
Let's
we
do this.
start with the news? This
You jump in because I told you I had no news.
You had
Okay,
no
I'm
news?
I'm just going to the only news that I have, and it's not real news. Well, it is not. It is not. It is it's piggybacking off of the old news about Persona 3 Reload.
Oh.
The only thing that I saw of interest to me was that they say that even though you still can't have a social link with your male homies in seeds. They are going to add dialogue that adds to their personality and y'all bonding together.
Mm,
So even though you can't do like with Ryuji and Persona 5 and have a whole social link, you're not gonna get one because again, they said they're just gonna literally remake the original Persona 3. They are gonna add stuff
got you.
so that bam. So I'm excited about that. Looking
Okay.
forward to it. Yes, that's the only news I had. It ain't no real news. Yes, I know I didn't catch Nintendo Direct. I got the crib notes.
I caught Nintendo
So
Direct.
did
That
you
was a
watch
lot.
it?
Oh fuck. I just spilled
Nice.
again as usual.
Oh, okay. All right.
Um,
I thought that was the news,
no.
not the news.
So I guess we'll start with Nintendo Direct. First and foremost, they
Yeah,
are bringing something I think you'll enjoy if you care. I feel like you have all the games already and you know that they play better on PlayStation. They look better on PlayStation. But
which
all
is
three Batman games are the trilogy is coming to Switch.
oh no. I like the graphics. The Switch doesn't have the capabilities.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So I was like, for people who never got the chance,
Yeah, and I get it. And if the Switch is
yeah,
like their only console,
which
so good for them.
it is becoming. Also, with that, the comments were saying that the Switch is becoming the household console at this point.
It makes sense because that's the way Nintendo markets themselves.
Mm-hmm.
It's family, a family. We can get together and play Mario Party.
Right, and you get
We can
all the
get
indie
together and
games.
right, we can get here and get this, so we can play together, and you
Right.
get a Joy-Con and I get a Joy-Con. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
as opposed to like PlayStation and what's it called, even though those are like you're a gamer, so you're playing those,
Yeah.
but
And you don't
hey,
have to pay a
little
$3,000 PC either. Woo!
right, little
Woo!
Jamil can pick up that
Little
with his
Jamil.
set. Yeah, little Jamil and little Monica can play Mario Party together and Pikmin and all the other
Oh my
fun
god, I
games
just
and
realized my name is
Pokemon, and
driving me
that's
nuts.
good.
Yeah, and so that was a big thing. The Metal Gear Solid trilogy, they revealed that they're also having the the comics that come with it is going to be all packaged for the Metal Gear Solid package. We have, for those who care, we have Pokemon. What am I putting?
You saw what I did, so
Kawakami. Anyway, for those who know, no. Um,
right.
Pokemon is getting expansion pack, which will probably be significantly more glitched because one of them you're going underwater into an island in the
No.
middle of fucking nowhere. So let's keep the glitch party rolling there.
Once again, I fell off in the middle of playing.
It's too
I
easy
ain't picked it
now.
back up.
It's too
Yeah.
fucking easy now.
I still want to finish the job though. So I need to get back in the game. That makes two personas, not personas, two Pokemon within the same year that I picked up and dropped because Arceus is just gathering dust over here.
I can't.
And
I watched my kid play like the first 30, 40 minutes. First and foremost, she was just mad she couldn't automatically jump up walls. And so half the time was her just like glitching through the fucking walls. And then she started and played like one of the final gym leaders first, died,
yeah,
said, no, I didn't die, and then restarted the game in the middle of, like at the end of the fight, like a 2-year-old, so that her dying was never on her record. So, and then it's not like I don't know, I feel like people who were born and raised in the Ash Ketchum vicinity of life are like, yeah, we have to catch all the Pokemon. She's like, no,
no,
only the cool people can fucking roll with me. And I was like, that's not how you play Pokemon.
that's how I played. Considering that Pokemon came out in my last years of teenagedom, where you can't pay me to give any more flying than I could right now. I agree. Only the cool ones or the cute ones.
She.
And I know people be like, "Ah, man, so y'all
I'm
passed up some
people.
great Pokemon."
I'm people because she's sitting
Don't
there, and I think she
care.
like walked away from um a Dratini because or Gyarados. She was like, they can't be on my team. They're not cool enough. And I was like, what the fuck
Yeah.
is wrong with you?
Unless it's no, somebody not calling in the middle of me dog on what's it called, how ghetto, but no, unless that Gyarados is rainbow colored.
She.
No, no, you're not
That
cool
was a
enough,
no for her, and
or you're not cute like my like I even because I play usually straight lace when
yeah.
I play. I gave myself a challenge. What I was telling my sister, I was like, nope, this, even though it's brand new, the only people on my team are ghosts and fairies. I think, yeah, I only said
Excuse me.
ghosts and fairies. I think one other one. That's it. Oh, yeah, and dark Pokemon. That's it. We're gonna beat
Only
the
the cool
entire
ones.
game with
Only
ghosts, fairies,
y'all
and
make me
dark.
sad. I'm
That's
so
it.
sad. Y'all
I was
make
like,
me
I don't
sad.
care what you look like. If you're not a part of that or you can't learn those moves, you can't sit with us.
You can't sit with us. What
No.
else was in the Nintendo Direct? So many
Tell them
things. A
about
new Mario
Mario.
side scroller
Right. I'm
and Mario
excited about that.
RPG getting remade.
Have you ever played? Did you ever play that?
I played snippets, but it's literally like Mario Final Fantasy.
I've seen Dark Kefka play it several times. He's even modded it one time, and I've watched him because I didn't know anything about it. I think he playing it was my first introduction to knowing anything about Super Mario RPG. So I'm excited for the remake because I feel like this is my opportunity to play something I didn't know existed
Yeah,
until I found that YouTuber
I dabbled in
way
it.
back in whenever I found them because I don't want to tell myself.
Way
But yeah,
back when.
yeah,
Put a dollar in the
seriously.
jar, as my child says.
Right.
You
So
said
I
way back in the gap. You gotta put a dollar in the jar.
in the jar.
Um,
So yeah, no, I'm excited.
Mario
I'm
got a new
excited.
side scroller,
I'm
like
excited about that.
regular ass Mario, which was
I'm excited about
yep.
that.
Sonic's got some shit coming out where now you could do all. There's like it's like they have new side scrollers, just a new Sonic. So it's
Really?
yeah, like
That's
it's
what's up.
just a lot of just like, hey, we know y'all like this old shit, and now y'all are old enough to, and you got money.
Plus,
I got something
plus,
for you.
nope. And you know what? I don't think that's it. What I think helped was the movies. They are generally a fun time.
They are. They are generally a fun time. It
I
brought.
don't think
You are
they
absolutely
care
right.
about the rest of us. I think the what
The
helped them
movies
this
did its
time,
job.
yeah, the movies did their job because Sonic is likable as hell. He is funny. And because they made the right decision to not make him look like Nightmare Fuel, but make him look like
Listen to the fans.
Sonic, right? Because the fans told him, hey, don't do it.
It's a
You about to
cursed
go down.
image.
You
Cursed
about to go
image.
down that original Super Mario Brothers movie. You don't want to do that. Don't do
Ooh.
it. They reworked it. Plus, Jim Carrey really sells it as Dr. Eggman.
Yep.
Idris Elba did a great job as Knuckles in the second
The
one. It was hilarious.
weird,
Sweet.
sexy Knuckles.
Right. And I love the fact that the original voice actor for Miles Tails came back and reprised her role and
Aww.
voiced Tails. It was a great, yeah, they kept they gave the fans what they want. So I believe now that there's this resurgence for
Excuse me.
Sonic, perfect time to go out here and be like, yep,
Let's make
let's
a new
go.
game.
Yeah. So I
Um,
love it. I love Sonic. So yeah.
excuse me. They also had some more foot. I am
This is
just burping my
happening.
life away because of this. This is the stuff I bought too, by the way.
That's
This glass.
gassy. Oh, that's cute. I like those.
Thank you.
With the little top. That's
Yeah,
cute. We should slap our face on one.
we should. Um, they also had a little more footage of Persona 5's tactic game. It's
Tactica?
yeah,
Yeah,
it is
I want
cute.
it.
It
You
is
know I'm gonna buy
super
it. You
cute.
already know I'm gonna buy it. I am a simp for Persona 5.
And that's why we're here
They
today.
have exactly. They have officially something I would say they surpassed Persona 3, but now that we're about to get Reload,
Yeah, we're gonna see what happens.
I'm going right back into the pit.
Of
Right,
despair.
right, yep, right back where I belong with my
um,
original Persona friends.
we
I'm
have
going
some
right back
other
in there.
news on the other side of the spectrum. On the anime
Yeah,
side, we have first and foremost for the Chainsaw Man fans out there. There's
I still
no
haven't seen that.
no. The thing is,
I
they did
haven't seen
not get the reviews and the watch views that they thought they were. There's no talk of a season 2 right now.
it. Oopsie doodle.
Whoopsie
I'm sorry. I'm
doodle.
not laughing because apparently, like in the blurred group that we're in, apparently people like it. I just well, it's kind of divided. I've seen, I
Yeah.
haven't gotten
I
around
watched
to it.
one episode. I was like, okay.
You noped out. Oh, okay.
I
Mm.
might watch. My kid keeps pushing me to watch like 2 or 3 more episodes just to see what happens. But I don't
See,
know.
that's like when you're trying to convince somebody to do drugs and be like, no, no, no. I swear it gets better after. Like, I hate when people do that. Like, it gets
I do
better
that to you all the
after.
time.
Yes, and it hardly works.
Let's see. Demon Slayer came to an end this season, and they are already got a small look at season 4. The
Are they
visuals.
already done?
They're
The season just started, didn't it?
They said, I think it is done. Let me read this.
Maybe I should go ahead
Said
and
the
watch.
last episode. Oh yeah, it's only 11 episodes this fucking season. That's why.
Okay, well I can crush that in an afternoon.
And the last episode is like 45 minutes.
That's what we need to do. We need to do at least once a month, like a recap of
Oh yeah,
of of shows
we
that
should totally.
are out. And I say that while literally saying I'm behind on watching
I'm drowning.
several shows.
I'm watching Tokyo Revengers right now, and that shit is getting crazy.
I know. It's to me, I don't understand why people don't talk about it as much as they should.
We need to have a Tokyo Revengers episode.
It
Go
is
watch
deep
Tokyo fucking Revengers.
and it's good.
And there's
If
a
you
season 2
want,
coming out.
of course it is. And if you want, because they would be stupid not to have a season 2. When I say, if y'all want good supernatural time traveling gangster anime,
Yeah, that shit is great. That is delicious.
go watch it, please.
Delicious.
Go watch it. It is.
It's delicious.
Great.
Great. Gotta keep moving because there's so much news. Black Clover's movie came out. It is on Netflix.
I wanted to watch it, but husband said he ain't into it anymore, so now I gotta watch it alone. I have to watch it alone.
Wow.
But it's on my list. It's on my list. I'm ready to get screamed at by Asta. I'm ready. My ears
July
are ready.
is hot stuff because Bleach is coming back on July 8th, and
Delicious.
Jujutsu Kaisen is coming
Ooh,
back.
My baby daddy.
And yeah, this season we're gonna get into the past with Gojo, and we're gonna find out about that relationship with that racist mofo.
And I'm gonna see if my suspicions are correct.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I told you.
So we're definitely gonna talk about that.
Oh, this man is a walking unleashed curse that's unchecked.
I
know
a feeling
it.
You might be right.
I feel it.
Because Gojo has a soft spot.
I'm telling you.
Oh. You got something else?
No, you made mention earlier, and we got to talk about it. Tell us the sexiness of Final Fantasy 16.
Y'all, there's a sex scene in Final Fantasy 16.
Let's get into it.
Happening? It's like I saw the rating was like, first it didn't tell us the rating, then the rating when we saw like the second trailer changed to like MA, and I was like, bullshit, y'all lying. Well, they're not lying.
They're not lying.
Our main character bangs.
It's sexy.
This is first Final Fantasy.
Everybody getting some.
This is
folks being thrown up against the wall.
Final Fantasy rated MA, and they said they what was the interview or something like that? They said they changed the rating because they really wanted us to get into the character Clive on such a personal level where we feel what he feels throughout his journey.
Now, in watching um YouTubers going through it, I can't say that I feel anything yet, and that might just because I'm secondhand experiencing it. But it's not enough for me to buy a PS5 to experience it. It's like one of those things. If I ever get a PS5 and it's ever in the back of my brain, I might pick it
Yeah,
up and try it out.
yeah.
I can honestly say it still ain't. No matter, I don't care. It because we saw Clive
Clap!
booty cheeks. We
Clap!
saw his booty cheeks
Clap!
while he was in the jail all naked. We saw booty cheeks. But my thing is, it his cheeks weren't enough, friends.
Not
They
for
weren't enough.
PS5. I'm gonna wait
No,
because it's
yeah.
supposed to come to PC after December, January.
I don't even care if I had a PC. I'm still not
I'll
breaking
get it
my
in
ass to do it.
PC, and I'm gonna look at
I'm not.
Clive's ass, and I'm gonna yell Clive at his ass.
It's just and being
Excuse
for
me.
me, it's it. In the interviews where they said we were very heavily inspired by Game of Thrones, and as a person who could not get into Game of Thrones because
I got
I
into Game of
can't get
Thrones.
past the incest, I can't do it.
Yeah, it's hard. That's right in your face
It's
in the first episode too.
yeah, it's so egregious, and I can't get past it enough to enjoy the
Yeah,
show.
no,
Let me say it like that. Um, and that's just personal. I can't get past
it's
it to enjoy the
it's
show.
rough to
And so
watch.
when somebody says yes, it's based on that, and it's like
Mm, mm. It's hard.
I can't get, yeah. So as a person who literally opt out and noped out of the entire series,
Thing is, the only reason
it's
I
like
kept going
great.
is because I had already read everything.
I can't even read it, big dog. I don't want to. And you know I love a book. I
I know
won't
you
do
love a
it.
good
I
book.
love several books, but and particularly I love fantasy books. You can't do it. Um,
Another bullet point: the first images of Avatar: The Last Airbender made by Netflix have dropped, and
mm,
once
I think I
again,
saw them.
we
I think I
have the
saw them.
issue where Katara and Sokka are not dark enough. They're
Hey,
ethnic this time, and they're the right ethnicity, but
blame
they're
the
just not dark.
blame the casting director. They see that damn cartoon. They know how brown the people's supposed to be.
Ooh, buddy. So we'll see
So if we're
how.
still going to go through the colorism,
Yep.
then go ahead. Because I can see why the creators noped out of it.
Yeah, you can see the first
Because it ain't
images
even
came.
complicated. It's not complicated. You're not going to sit here and tell me that you can't find someone who looks the part who happen to be brown. You're not
And
going
the
to tell
right
me you can't.
nationality. So I'm just kind of
Right.
like, whatever.
So
Whatever.
if y'all still want to play this colorism game, fail. Fail with the intensity of 1,000 elephants pressed upon your chest. Because in the words of Ralph, the son of a shepherd, from Ed, Ed, and
Are you
Eddie.
really going Ed, Ed, and Eddie?
Yeah, we're not gonna disrespect them like
Wow.
that. You're not gonna disrespect
The
them like
son of
that.
a shepherd. You will not
You gonna put
disrespect.
some melanin on them folks because that's how they were drawn. Because if they did not want those people to be that dark, they could have made them like everything else. So y'all want? Yep,
Yep.
I said it.
Yep.
You want to bitch about the swap of the Little Mermaid and scream that you're being erased,
T on it.
and then turn a blind eye with people who were erased all the time. And then the argument is, oh, well, it's happened. No, 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 no.
Well, they're
For
the
as
right
long as
race.
I've been alive and my parents been alive, and the introduction of film, every time somebody looked like me, it was some overt caricature, some crap. And all we've grown up seeing is someone fair skinned in media, regardless
Yep.
of what it was supposed to be portrayed. So now you get a handful of brown skinned people being recognized in media, and now we're gonna go back to
Mm-hmm.
erasing them. Okay, all
All
right.
right.
Well,
Stay on that.
have fun with that. In the meantime, I'm gonna wait on Studio Avatar to bring me something, and I'll just support the source.
Right.
So,
Yeah, that was a
China,
hard mess. That the comment section went wild.
I know they did, because when you're sitting here waiting to see yourself represented, because we're so very few and far between, particularly we're talking about that part of Asia that don't really get any recognition, and here you go when you have all these tribes, because it's pivotal to the story. Those their tribes meant a lot in the storytelling, and you're gonna take the okay, like
Yeah.
you said, oh well, we're still gonna get it. It's just not, they're just not brown. Oh, okay, all right. We're over. What somebody said in 2023, we're over it.
Yep.
We're over it now. Y'all need to, y'all have had long enough on the planet to realize that dark people exist. Okay.
Pretty much.
We're here. We're not going anywhere. All right.
So the final news, big news that I have, I'm gonna skip over that a
Yeah.
little bit. You know how this goes. The One Piece trailer has come out, and the reviews are mixed. And the
Talk about it.
fans, the thing is, I don't even know where to start with this. I'm not mad at the trailer. I'm
Okay.
not mad at much about the trailer. And I'm not giving it excuses either. As
All right.
someone who is a dissector of movies,
Okay.
and you know how I feel about live actions. Like, I think the closest thing to a decent live action was the Bleach live action. The closest to decent.
Okay.
I think the characters are done right. Yes, I am in agreement. And for the people who are like, why is Luffy dark, or why is Sanji this, or why, y'all, the biggest thing I can appreciate about this is that they talked to Oda. They sat there and had meetings with him. They talked to him. He has even said on several accounts, this is not coming out unless I approve of every single little thing, right? So Oda has said before, he has given the nationalities of all of his characters before. So they went out and they said, okay, we have a Brazilian Luffy and a Japanese Zoro.
Is Luffy Brazilian?
Brazilian. And they let him keep his accent, which I appreciate. For the people yelling in the back, why is Luffy having so much fun and so happy? Even you can attest to this. Before Luffy got his block knocked off.
Yeah, when
he was all day, every day.
He was like, yeah,
yes.
He was kind of like a Naruto.
He was. And that was before
irritating.
He got his block knocked off several times and almost lost a friend and a boat. So for the people who are like, oh, I don't understand why he's so optimistic. I thought One Piece was crazy. Yeah, One Piece is crazy. But it did start off like that, where everything was super optimistic. So I'm glad they let him I'm glad with the casting. I'm glad they let him keep his nationality and his accent. They weren't trying to erase anything. Take a note, fucking Avatar. If you look, the sword fights are not CGI. The boats are not CGI. They built those. And I'm pleased that we don't have to deal with that. That we actually have props of the Barate. We have, hey! That your homies in the chat.
Hey, this is what I'm talking about. What's good?
What's up?
Quick shout out to this. I call this dude best friend.
Best friend.
Because best friend's been holding my game hostage. But
hey,
we like to shout out our good haters. This hater has a podcast. Go check it out. It's called The Bonfire. If you happen to be on Spotify, pop in. It's a little chaotic, like they said, but hey, it's a good time. I checked it out a couple of times. So I'm doing that for best friend. Best friend, you got a shout out from this hater. Thank you for popping in. That's what's up. We love to see it. Now back to this foolishness.
Okay.
Because
it's not foolish. So that's what I'm saying. There are certain aspects that I am quite
if you hadn't noticed, I balls to my face up.
Why? Because it's not CGI?
No. because they dump so much money into
Oh,
what's going to be
definitely.
inevitably a hot flaming power
I'm
mess.
hoping it's at least passable. I know I should not get excited about this. I am pleased that Zorro, the actor actually playing Zorro, is doing his own stunts. He is holding a sword in his mouth. He said he did have to train his neck, all of that good stuff. The sword
No,
fights
you're good.
look great. I will say that it looks chef's kiss. Like they're
Okay,
really.
you danced around the elephant in the room.
What's I'm
I
getting there. I'm getting there. Because I wanted to
I need
say
you to talk about it. Talk
first and
about it.
foremost, Nami's wig could do better.
No,
Okay.
no, not
I
that.
know they're not. I know we're not talking about
I
Nami's
need you to
wig.
get to it. No, I need you to get to it. Go ahead. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Uh,
Can we talk about Usopp
why are we talking about Usopp?
Black?
He is black. Yes.
Is he black in real life? Because if
Yes.
they drew that black man looking like that,
No.
so Usopp in the comic and the manga is supposed to be black.
Yes.
I'm about to log out.
Why are
That's
you
it.
about to log out?
Podcast is over with.
No, it's not.
Yep. Thank y'all for
Usopp.
tuning in.
Usopp
I
is
ain't know
black.
that.
Why are you? I don't understand where your anger is. Usopp is black.
Look at him.
Because of
Look
his
at
lips.
Because of his everything.
And he's got a fro.
Everything. Luffy don't even look that bad. What? I went my whole life. You know what? Nope. I don't even want to talk about it no more. I went my whole life never knowing that Usopp was supposed to be black. Oh my god.
You didn't know?
A whole other reason to hate this fucking show. I did not know that.
Yeah, Usopp.
Go.
Usopp.
F's in the chats from everybody who knew F. Your husband get an S. My husband get an S.
Usopp is
The
black.
writer get an S.
Usopp is
Everybody
black.
get an S. Everybody gets an S. Didn't know he was black. I'm done.
Oh my god.
Done. Did not know for years. You know how long I've been knowing about One Piece? Years. Years since 99. Did not know that man was black. I am done.
What?
That is ridiculous.
You didn't know?
Oh. What?
You're yelling so much your mic is cutting out.
Why would I look at Usopp and think black man?
I don't know. He's just a light-skinned black guy. I'm so confused why you're angry. Please educate me.
No, I need honesty. And I'm posting this on what's it called? I need someone, anybody that has, matter of fact, nope. You put his picture up now. Post it for the good people to look at. Yeah.
What do you mean? Like
I need
the
you
cartoon?
to put, yes, I need you to put Usopp's face up right now.
Oh my god, you're mean, but I don't understand.
What you mean? Bad news about my, you know what? I can't take no more bad news. I can't go to Hogwarts. I'm being told Usopp is a whole black man.
He is.
We're getting further and further away from what we're supposed to be talking about. But
like we're past the 35-minute mark.
Yes. You mean to tell me before you learned the information, I don't care when you learned it, you mean to tell me before you learned the information, you looked at Usopp and thought black man?
I looked at Usopp and said ethnic.
That's not the same.
And I figured he
now,
was black.
Chat, for those of you who are here, scrolling and lurking, look at that. Look at that and tell me you looked at that and said, that's a black man. I'll wait.
Shut up.
You looked at that. Matter of fact, because the manga came out first. You looked at that You said in your heart of hearts and said, "Oh, look, they put a black person in this." You a liar, and somebody gonna step on your pumas. That's all I gotta say about that.
Look
But I
at
want to go
him!
back to that.
Manga!
I'm what dude was it that office meme with the what's it called? I synced it. He don't look black at all.
There's different colors
I'm
of
damaged.
black.
It no. That has got nothing to do with the color of his skin.
Yeah,
And nope,
he was
nope.
light skinned.
He, nope, you're not. Nope, absolutely not. You're not getting what I'm saying. What I'm telling you is he falls into the realms of caricatures of how they draw black people. Because Luffy is Brazilian. I'm learning this. And he don't look like no caricature. Sanji don't look like no caricature,
He's
whatever
French.
he is. Thank
French.
you. Oh, but yeah, have you seen political cartoons of French people? Okay, he don't look like no caricature. Whatever Zoro's supposed to be ain't no caricature. So
Japanese. He
you mean
wears a
thank you.
hamaki.
Oh,
A
so you
belly
got
warmer.
so you got to the black person wherever geographic location he's supposed to be in. Oh no, you good. You go to work. You good. Wherever he's at, you looked at it and said, "This is what we're gonna do." Because, like you said, there's many ways black people look. We all don't sport no afro. He could have had locks. He could have had a fade. He could have had anything. He didn't have to have no nose that looks like Pinocchio. But then again, what's the other option? Having it spread all the way across his
Actually,
face.
his nose
You
goes
had
with
to
his
make his.
character because he's seen as the liar.
You made it worse.
No, but he's actually telling the truth. It's a whole entire plot twist.
I saw that, but do you see what I'm saying? He's seen as the liar because see, black men can't be trusted.
Oh my god,
They liars,
really deep
and
in
this.
here.
Yes,
You're digging really
I am.
deep here.
I am hurt. This is a whole nother topic. I'm writing it down.
I'm not engaging in that topic.
Usopp is black? Question mark? Question mark? Question
I
mark?
don't want to talk about it anymore. You're ruining my life, Mom. Ugh. You are really writing this down. I'm sad.
This at a later date, haters.
All right, we're 40 minutes in the news. I don't have nothing else to say, but the CGI arm looks rough. Done. I don't want to talk about it no more.
I've made her sad, and you know what? Y'all should be sad too.
Let's get to the
You
topic.
should be sad. Usopp is black. Let that marinate in your skin. I'm gonna post about it.
You post about it then.
I'm asking folks in Reddit.
Oh my god, get off of Reddit!
Never. It has replaced the cesspool that was Tumblr for me.
Alright, let's stop. We're done. I've talked about all the news that there is. The One Piece, whatever, all of it. You've hurt my feelings.
We're still looking forward to it.
I'm still looking forward to it.
We're still looking forward to it.
It's not as bad as people think. And, well, let's rephrase. The trailer is not as bad as people think.
All right. Well,
You
let's
can't
move on because
comment.
you're going to stir the shit back up in me.
All right. Today,
Today,
we're talking about Persona 4 and Persona 5's antagonist.
in the battle royale
Who is the
for the gods.
worst? Who is the worst? The best worst.
Thank you. Who is the best of the worst out of the antagonists?
We have Adachi from Persona 4 or Golden. We're going to talk about all of them. Mm-hmm. All the
we have
remixes and shit. Okay? Who's the game's theme? No?
Just announced them. Oh, no, yeah, you're doing it. You're doing it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Who, me?
No, go.
Oh,
you own it.
Persona's 4 villain, Adachi, who the theme of Persona 4 in general is seeing the truth and Adachi's role in it. And on this corner we have Persona 5/Royal, whose theme is rebellion and Akechi's role in it. Okay?
Right.
First and foremost, I'm mad they have a very close name.
I know. I noticed that when I was playing through it, and then I
As a matter
noticed
of
that when
fact,
I was pulling up my what's it called.
I'm going to look up what their names mean in Japanese.
That's good. That's one thing I didn't do. While you're at it, can we put up our first contender? Let's put a face up.
You
I
keep
want to
trying to
put
put
faces up.
faces up, but if this computer shuts down, then it's all you.
You know what? Best friend, I'm gonna do that. I am
Yeah,
gonna do
you're gonna
that.
take the
I'm gonna
chance.
get the purchasing and I get the DLC. No, oh, tell me put the face up.
No, I'm saying like you're really pushing the computer.
Oh, you know
Remember?
what? Yeah, no,
Let's leave
let's
it at
back out
that.
there.
We know who it.
Okay,
If you're big fans of Persona, you fucking know. Even if you're not big fans, you fucking know.
all
Okay?
right. So in to spoiler warning for those who haven't played either versions of either game. Uh, they're heavy spoiler warnings because that's the point. Uh, the name is a spoiler. The title of this podcast is a spoiler. So if you haven't played any game, I apologize, but I don't because our regular haters know when you walk in these doors, just assume that you're going to be spoiled about something. So if you haven't played 4 or 5, either version, either golden for 4 and royal for 5, or the vanilla versions, just know heavy spoiler warnings for the games because it's kind of the point to talk about these two. So just a quick overview with Persona 4. Like see it said, hey, it's all about seeing that truth, baby. They put those glasses on. You got to see the truth through the fog, clear. That's the story. With Persona 5, it is the spirit of rebellion, cricket adults, society, all that jazz, blah, 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 blah. But in the meat and potatoes of these two games are the heart of their protagonists. I mean, their antagonists, which is Adachi in Persona 4 and Akechi in Persona 5. So that's the one thing I didn't do. That's the one thing that I didn't research. So while we're breaking down Adachi, tell us, what does his name mean?
So his two kanji and hiragana put together literally means cheap, low, and accomplished.
Okay, put a pin in that because we're going to circle back to the name meaning and link it to their arcana because I did do that. And what does Akechi's mean name?
Akechi
Name mean?
name means bright wisdom and intellect.
Okay. All right. So we'll put a pin in that. All right. So here's the breakdown of Adachi. Here's the breakdown. Based on the game, I have played the vanilla version of 4. Did not play Golden. So all the extra shit with Marie, I didn't get access to. However, I have seen the playthrough of Golden, so
Right.
I know all there is to know extra about Adachi. Same thing with Persona 5. I played both the vanilla and the royal version of Persona 5. So I got a good grasp of Akechi on both the vanilla and the added version. So here we go. The breakdown of Adachi. He recently moved to a small town called Inaba, which is where our game takes place,
Yep.
as a police transfer. He is Dojima's subordinate, so he is, his little person, the police that like his partner that works with him. He is presented to us in the game as bumbling or incompetent, or he's always messing up. And we say that because throughout the game, there are several instances where he blabs out sensitive police information to a bunch of minors. Every time they're
What are you
around,
kids
you're
doing here?
right. You're
Oh,
not here
well,
to
there
see
was some stuff
that.
going down. And I'm like, dude,
I
what?
don't think I was supposed to tell y'all that. He does that a lot, and then Dojima gets in his ass, blah 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 blah. He has a air. He always maintains up until, and I put that in quotation marks, up until. Well, the police is handling it. We got it. The police is handling it. Da 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 da. So you kids, you stay safe.
He's like a
And
dare
he is
officer
right,
that
and
takes
he
his
is
job too serious.
um nice. Right, yeah, he is nice to the protagonist and his friends. Now, on the flip side of that, we have Akechi.
This
Now,
asshole.
Akechi, he works with the police. He's not a police person,
He's like
police
the
officer.
teenage
He is
detective.
the detective. So think uh Naota from 4, what she wanted to be, what she was portraying or
Trying to.
presenting as male in that world. This is what Akechi is. He is he's a detective for the police force. He's a high schooler. So that's a contrast between him and Adachi, because Adachi is an adult. Akechi is a child. I bring it up because it's important to the battle. He's known as the Detective Prince. Okay, so they recycled that name from 4,
Oh
stuck
Lord.
it on him. So he's a Detective Prince. He maintains a very strong stance against the Phantom Thieves' brand of justice from the jump. He doesn't really waver from that. And he stands firm. This is important. He stands very firm throughout the entire series of bringing criminals to justice via its intelligence and the law. That's why he opposes the Phantom Thieves. And he becomes very intrigued by the protagonist. He's extremely cordial
Yep.
to the protagonist and friends in the beginning.
Yeah.
So now,
Like buddy buddy almost. It's
right.
yeah.
So here's our two characters. Already seeing the contrast, already seeing the issue to me. And I will say, elaborate that before going off to the other one. Where, because you can already probably tell where I'm leaning.
I'm also in your same direction.
Yeah. Where is we're comparing the actions of an adult, a fully actualized adult,
Right.
to the actions of
It's a baby.
a child.
Yep.
Regardless of them being a teenager, they are still considered a child, a minor, under the age of 18. So keep that in mind. All right. So that's what we got. Those are your two contenders. Here we go. Here's the reveal. Here's where the meat and potatoes come in.
Meat and potatoes.
For Adachi, he was stated as being the top of his class.
Mm-hmm.
Because now, let me set up a little background for this. This information comes after in both situations for both characters. This information comes after they start their villain monologue, particularly with Adachi. This is how he is, and I will talk about why I have a problem with how it was dumped in 4 versus how it was done in 5. So after all of the crap goes down, and we'll talk. What you want to talk about that? The crap that led up to this, led up to Adachi saying what he said, what I'm about to say. The whole point of 4, what you go through, and all that stuff like that,
Right.
because it'll make a little bit more sense knowing that context.
And just do a small soft review of what
Mm-hmm.
4 was.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll start it off pretty much with Persona 4 Golden. Like you said earlier, every Persona game has a surrounding theme to the whole entire game, and this one is seeing the truth. Just like 3, you put the gun to your head, they have their own little gimmick where they have the
Yeah,
glasses
facing
on.
mortality.
Facing
Right.
mortality. This one is we see the truth, so we're
Right.
seeking the truth, so we put the glasses on to see the inside of the inside, kind of like that. What does
Right.
Kakashi say? It beneath the underneath or whatever.
Right.
Because everyone has a person that they're hiding from the world, somewhat, if you want to put it like that.
Right.
And so, a serial murderer starts popping up and bodies start dropping in this small ass little town. Really. And our main male protagonist, what is it, Kai?
You. Is you. Yeah.
It's Kai. Anyway, you.
Because they had a thing where the MC had 2 different names, one for the manga, another one for the anime, and then another one in the game.
Gotcha.
So his canon one that most people go with is you.
Well, you has come over here. Who is Dojima? That was his uncle, huh?
Yes, Dojima is his uncle.
He's gone and went to live with his uncle for the rest of the school year.
Yeah.
And so he's kind of caught up in this whirlwind of these serial murders, and he's starting to realize something's happening. And they start getting these images being seen on what they're calling the midnight show.
Right.
Where it starts off as like a faint shadow, and then the shadow gets bigger, and then it reveals itself who they are.
Right.
And then that person dies.
Right.
And so that's how we start getting into the story of something or someone is doing this.
Because what I really like about 4 is you play the game trying to unveil this mystery. It's a mystery because it's a small town and there is a serial killer because there are murders popping up and they pop up in the most gruesome way
Oh,
fashion. Like
yeah.
even when the game comes on, you got a body hanging from a telephone pole.
That's what I was about
And,
to say was like the most
right.
notable of like, holy shit.
Right, because I remember when I first booted this game up, I was like, "Oh, we going there,"
Oh.
because I had just come off the high of 3, where we're facing mortality, and you got a bunch of kids holding evokers up to their head, which looks like a gun, and you got the dark hour, you got all this. So yeah, when I booted up 4, I was like, "Ah, yes, this is about to be great," because you got bodies hanging up, and as it goes on, you're peeling this onion back of this mystery. You're realizing, oh, okay, like they said, it can start off as a rumor. Oh, did you hear that your crush will show up on the midnight channel if you watch it at midnight when it's raining? And then you go and you watch it because you get curious because your homeboy, your sidekick, your homeboy, Yosuke that you first run into, he was like, "Oh, you gonna watch it?" You go watch it, you see somebody on the screen, and then like CN said, it gets clearer and clearer and clearer, and next
they're dead.
body pop up.
Body yada yada, not in the good way.
Right. Yeah.
Not in the good body yada.
Body yada yada. Body yada yada. Not in a good way. No.
So that's when they start like then his own buddies start appearing on the TV.
Yeah.
His
Yeah.
classmates.
Everybody gets them.
And so that's when he doesn't he get sucked into the TV, right?
Yeah, because what happens was they were sitting there. He decides that for whatever reason he looks at it. Your character you're playing. He's like, it just looks like I could put my hand in it. He sticks his hand in it and realizes, oh, I can go through the television. So he shows the rest of them. They was like, what the hell is going on? Why can't you just go in the TV? And that's how it starts. And meeting one of the most irritating characters.
Oh my god. Who thought it was a good fucking idea to have little people, little mascots guide you through Persona starting in Persona 4? How dare you?
Because no, you know what? See, I'll do you one better on it. They tried it, except we let it slide in 3. Because Koromaru was the dog. We loved him.
We loved him. He got us nice items.
Right. So we're going to tiptoe and do it again. But this time we're going to do a mascot because don't everybody like a good mascot? Not when they're as irritating as Teddy. And I've seen people say that Morgana is way more irritating. Hell no. No, bruh. No.
I don't think Morgana is more irritating the way they segmented him in that fight. That's it. That's it.
Morgana only got on my nerves with the whole, don't you want to go to bed, man? Eat my... No. And then with when he got mad and ran off.
That's what I said. They segmented into the fight. It was
that was stupid.
That came out of nowhere. I don't care what anyone says.
To me it did. Because it's like you and Ryuji was backbiting the whole time. Why you all of a sudden that offended?
Anyway, right. Side note.
Like he been calling you useless. Why you mad?
He not wrong. Shit.
But yeah, like right. So long story short, you and your group of friends, y'all form the investigation team, and y'all come to find out that the people that are showing up on the Midnight Channel are actually people that got thrown in the TV because Teddy tells you this. Teddy says, "Hey, y'all the ones chucking people in here." And so that starts the whole snowball. Yep. Y'all realize that y'all got a set amount of time. When the fog goes away here in the, over here in TV land, and it sets the interval, you got a set amount of time. You got to get these people out of here, find them before their shadow kills them. You rescue the people.
Yep.
Long story short, you come to find it. Because remember, while this is an active investigation going on with the police, so you're literally trying to beat the police in solving the murders. When you get down to it, you have Dejima's partner which is where part of my issues comes from. Because the whole time, this guy, he's bumbling. He works for, your uncle. Well, he's partnered with your uncle. He's well, you kids, da 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 da. You even have you have a social link with him.
Yeah.
He comes over to the house. He helps your tiny cousin.
Yeah, he sits
You
there for
know,
dinner several times.
yeah, like he comes over, he gives you advice, and then it comes down to you having to piece together what's happening when your cousin gets thrown into the television, and you're having to try to piece together who actually did it, and bam, you get the reveal that it's not the red herring of the guy who said, well, I was just trying to save them. It comes out that it's actually Adachi.
Yep.
And Adachi, in his let me tell y'all how I got to this. Now, this is where we get this information.
He
Keep this going.
hardcore monologues, like
Hardcore monologues.
It's a hardcore monologue.
So this is what you piece together, because this is what he says. He tells you about himself. He was top of his class, police academy, always had good grades, blah 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 blah. He was the top of his class. End up going to work for like the big police station. Can't remember what. I don't know if it was Tokyo, wherever it was. Anyway, there was a mistake, a faux pas, or something happened, egregious enough for them to say, "We're going to transfer you to the sticks." His words, not mine. He said, they sent me out here to the sticks, to the boonies. They shipped me out here. Because of that, he maintained the attitude of, I'm too good for all of this.
He elitist it,
all of you.
Pretty much.
Right. I'm too good for this. I was the top of my class. Why did they send me to this podunk town with ain't nothing going on? Nothing interesting. How dare they insult me like this? I'm better than that. And therefore, nothing y'all got going on over here means shit to me, because I'm better than that. So when he got his powers, he kind of realized it when he happened to stick his head. Well, kind of realized it when he was doing something scuzzy.
Yeah.
So one of the protagonist, the MC's partners, is Yukiko, whose family owns an inn. A celebrity was staying there in the beginning part of the game. So Adachi, in his scuzziness, he says it because he has a whole flashback, and his scuzziness, right, picks up the fact that she was having an affair with another person. That comes out. And he says, because he thought she was just smashing anything and everything, he was like, do me too.
Oh, Lord.
So she was like, no. He called her a bitch. Like he said the bitch wouldn't give me no play. He said it. Bitch. Yeah. He shoves her. And instead of what he intended to do was to smash her head in, she flipped into the TV. That's how he found out. So he was like, oh.
Exciting.
I can push bitches in the TV. So that's how he found out he got the power. So here's his motivation. Again, y'all can weigh in it at the end. Here's his motivation. I started doing it because I was bored. Because I could.
It's a hard one too.
It is a hard one.
Yeah.
Because think about his circumstance. You have a guy who felt slighted. An adult. Imagine. Y'all can relate.
Yeah, we're all adults hard. Here.
Right. You work hard. You go to college. You pay all that money.
You do all the things.
You expect to have a good job. You do everything that you do and that Onyx said that perfectly. You do everything that society expects you to do.
Yeah. You follow the quote unquote line you were given.
Right. I make one mistake. And
it's all washed.
All that hard work out the window. Tell me you wouldn't feel slighted.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I would. My thing is also, it's like, when, as an adult, and I feel like most of y'all can relate, and it might just be me because I'm crazy, but when you're bored, as an adult, and you don't have things pacifying your time, and you are not rising in society,
Right.
and you find no reason to rise in society,
Right.
that is when we come to this crossroads as adults of that's when you're like, I need to make things interesting. That's how people cheat. That's how people do crazy shit as an adult.
Right.
And I feel like that makes sense as
Yeah.
an adult now than when I first played and watched this.
Right. Because when we were younger, you thinking, because I mean, you hit the nail on the head too when you said there's no visible progression. Because think about how you feel it. Now I got put in a dead end job
Right. Out in
with
the
no way of
sticks.
getting out. How is anybody going to realize my greatness here?
Right.
They don't even know I'm here. They essentially, instead of just firing me, shoved me off into some poor corner of Japan and was like, there you go.
It's exiled. Exiled. They
Yeah,
exiled
that
him.
yeah. Yeah, like there you go. Good luck with your career. I guess we don't have to deal with you anymore.
Right.
So yeah, what does one do? How does one feel? That's a good question. How does one feel after being slighted and felt like your chances and your opportunity have now been snatched from you?
Right.
That's Adachi. All right, so keep that, keep that, keep that, keep that, keep that. Let's talk about Akechi. Let's talk about your boy Akechi. How this got how I
So
missed it.
what?
Um,
You got
no,
it.
no, yeah, I'm looking at it and I remember spelling the name right, and then now it's just AKE here, and I don't know how it got like that.
So the Persona 5 story, I think is really great. Actually.
Oh
Oh my
yeah,
god, I can't get into my
it's
goddamn.
it's it's great. One of my
There you go.
favorites.
Is I think as dark as 3 was,
Mm-hmm.
it was fantastical dark.
Yes.
Yes, there was some personal things happening that drew you in. This is almost like on par with Fruits Basket, and I say it like that because it's not fantastical dark, it's societal dark. Shit like
Got
this
you.
happens every day. Things that happen and went down in Persona 5 Royal happen in everyday life. There's always some teachers touching some kid.
That part.
There's
Yep.
always some kid struggling it out with their parents. There's
Yep.
always some parent who is trying to sue everybody because they just love money and they say fuck everything else.
Like the
Those
beauty. It's like the horror, the beauty in the horror of real life.
right. And it's
Yeah.
and I think where Persona 3 was dark fantastical and where Persona 4 was, how do I even put my finger on it? Almost
I mean, it's hopefully none of us have to experience a serial killer running around your town.
right.
But it's almost like a movie mystery.
It's almost like
You
it
gotta
could
solve the
happen.
system. Yeah, it could happen.
It could happen.
It could happen
Where and then you have Persona 5 is this shit happens every single day.
all the
All
time.
day,
Yep,
every
these are
day.
everyday occurrences of the normal everyday horrors of life, like
Right.
you said. Unfortunately, that's something we have to deal with where you have pedos all over, or
Right.
somebody abusing their power to
Right.
students and kids.
What
Matter of fact,
corporation
when I
is
was
not
going to high
killing its
school,
people?
there was a lot of speculation of that going on with
Oh, same
teachers
here.
and
Fucking
yeah,
same here.
right.
I'm talking to you,
Or
drama teacher at Northside High
right.
School in Lafayette,
Oh my
Louisiana.
oh my damn. But and then you
Only
have
because you gave me detention.
call them out, sis.
Williams, last name.
Oh my
I said what I said.
God. Then you have like you said, you know drug dealers. You know
Yeah.
people who are in the crime, that's I could buy and sell who I want.
Right. And
You
then
know skeevy politicians
right. And then not only
that'll
that,
buy and sell
if
anybody.
that none of that relates to you, it's the fact that you know how it feels to work a drone job and be mistreated by your company.
You know how it feels as a kid to have people say that you're stupid or you just a delinquent because they did something to you and they just don't want to acknowledge. Yeah, you know how
Yeah.
it feels to be a teenager having shit happen to you.
I I
So
do think
I
Persona 5 hit the nail on the head when it was trying to
yeah,
portray those everyday sins that
horror.
people have to
Yeah.
do.
Everyday sins, every day, all day. It's not more of, like you said, the fantastical escapism. Don't get me wrong, because again, three was my favorite before five came along, where you have like, oh well, they had some rooted thing, yes, but at the same time, it was more run off of Mega 10. So you had, come on, in a lab, somebody fooling around with shadows,
Mm-hmm.
and they all broke. Yeah, like that's a little bit more fantastical than like what Sia said with the everyday
Yeah, everyday
of
sins of
five.
people,
Yeah,
everyday whatever you want to call it. But pretty much, you got caught up, wrong place, wrong motherfucking time,
tried to stand up and do the right thing.
and you tried to do the right thing in the wrong place at the
Right.
wrong time with the wrong
With the
motherfucker.
wrong person, yeah, because it's like saying I was raised, and kudos to Joker's parents. I was raised to do good. I
Yeah,
was raised to stand up, and I got punished for it
and so
because the
now
person that I stood up against
is an
is
asshole.
powerful.
Yeah,
It's
you're the
powerful.
little guy, pretty much. You're the little guy.
Yeah. And that's a good thing, because you're the little guy trying to fight against the system.
Right. And so pretty much um, our main male protagonist
Mm-hmm.
is walking on eggshells trying to be a good kid, and it's fallen in his lap. There's nothing he can
Yeah.
do. So he
Right.
starts, some shit pops off at his school. We start there with the issues that are happening in the school.
Right.
And he steps into this alternate dimension.
Yeah, with it hit the first person. Well, for some of the first people he meets is on, who he notices getting into a car with a teacher at the
Yeah.
school he's supposed to be attending to.
Sus.
And then, right, so he looks, he's like, okay, well, and he noticed that the girl doesn't look right. Then he runs into Ryuji, who's like, hey, I see your uniform, I can show you where the school is at. And that's when, because they, Joker had the navigation app. I don't even have my phone, yeah, on his phone already, with Ryuji just saying different words
And
during their
talking, it's
conversation.
activated
Yes,
the other dimension, which is called a
yeah, which is the
palace.
metaverse. Yeah, so it activated the metaverse into going into this particular person's palace.
And we find out that he is a disgusting piece of shit.
Right, which, long story, helps Joker awaken to his powers of being the wild card. And boom, we kick off a series of, we
Awesomeness.
form a group of vigilantes, basically,
Pretty much.
who are working with it within the metaverse, into the unconscious mind of people, to take down the system from the inside.
Pretty much.
It's really cool.
You're pretty much, you have your group of teenage Batmans.
Because
And
saying vigilantes making our tongue
yes,
do weird things.
yeah, it's teenage Batmans, and they pretty much, once they realize what they're capable of, they start seeking them out to take them down.
And what I like about it also with these people, and this is not turning into I promise y'all this is going somewhere. It's not a personified discussion, but everybody has their own personal stake in why they're doing what they're doing, because everybody on the team has faced their own personal hell, and them, in fitting with the theme, rebelling against what society is saying, just deal, or that's just the way it
Yeah,
is,
tuck in your
or know your
shoulders,
role because you're nobody or you're
walk with your head
small.
down.
Right, that's your place. That's your place. This is what happens. Oh well. So with that, while our crew is going what they're going through, we get introduced to a very interesting character, which is Akechi, Goro Akechi,
I hate
or
that
as
name.
I like to call him, Bitch Boy Akechi.
Bitch boy Akechi.
I hate him so much.
I'm not gonna
I
lie.
know there's a lot of stands for his bitch ass, but
I am
I do.
upset that there's so many people
There
supporting
are
that little shitbag.
so many
Like, if you like
people.
Akechi, don't talk to me. Get out my chat. Every Go. You
Get out
gotta
my
go.
chat.
You got, unless you like him how we like him as an antagonist.
Correct. Because if you see him or you one of those people like, oh, I just think him and Joker need to be together. No, no, no. No, no,
Y'all
no.
just want to see hate fucking.
Unless
That's it.
that's all it
And
is.
the
And
fact
then
that we're
y'all
talking about fucking and there's children, shame.
shame.
You belong in the first palace.
Shame. The first
I said what I said.
that's a great one. You like that? You're going in the first palace
You
with
get to go in
Kamoshida.
the first palace.
You in the first
Anyway,
palace with Kamoshida.
Akechi is this
Correct.
looming threat. And he is a threat from the first get go because
From the first get go.
you know he hates, not necessarily, you don't realize how deeply he hates you, but you know he is not a fan of the Phantom Thieves, which are you and your homies.
Right. Because we learned that in the beginning when you take a class trip to the TV station where he happens to be giving an interview. And they're asking students, and of course, he looks at your character, the MC, and he asks your opinions on the Phantom Thieves and your answers. It doesn't really matter the answers that you give.
Yeah.
He becomes intrigued with your line of thinking. And that's when the first faux pas of you catching on that he has already caught on
To what you
that
are.
you're, yes. And
And
thus begins
it's a
a
threat.
raggedy ass game of cat and mouse.
And it's, like you said, it's no matter what you do, you can't get
Yeah.
this dude off your ass in 5.
No,
He's,
he pops up
and Royal
to the
makes it worse
cafe.
because they force you to
Royal
hang
makes
in.
it worse
They make
because
you hang
in
out.
the vanilla version, I remember in the vanilla version, all of my answers to him was very assholish. Every chance I got to be a dick to this man, all of my answers were a dick to him. And you didn't even have to have the guts raised up to be a dick to him. You can literally just be a dick to him out the wop.
Yep.
What I loved about the vanilla version is that it did not force you to have a social link with him, which was very different from, well, the social link was there. You weren't forced to really have any interactions with him like that.
Right.
In Royal, they decided to kick it up a notch, as Emerald Lagasse would say, and
Bam!
make you,
Sorry.
yes, really make you have interactions outside of LeBlanc to hang out with this dude and to get some insight. Now, I both loathe and love this, and I've said this to you before, because you learn some extremely interesting
Yeah,
things
you
about
learned
it,
his mama
which
was
we're
a
going to
hoe.
talk about it. We're going to talk about it right now.
Yeah.
Now, here's his background. Akechi was praised for being extremely observant and intelligent, which is why he is a detective on assisting the police force at such a young age. Now, through his social link, you learned that his mother was
hoe.
possibly a
She was
sex
a hoe.
worker. I will. The reason why I say it like this, because of what he says later on. Why I'm hesitant to call her straight out a hoe.
This is right.
This is why, because
she did
of what happened. Well, that and this. Now we get the inclination that what was done or what we saw in the beginning of the game, or how Joker got hemmed up, was pretty much how Akechi's mother got involved with him, because of the conversation when you get the reveal that bitch boy Akechi was the one doing the licks. Now, I will say that during that exchange with Shido, what happens is Shido makes some roundabout offhanded conversation about his mother, what leads me to believe that his mother might have just been, a sex worker. And now, really, why I say that, but what he did to her resulted in her getting pregnant, because she probably thought that I got chosen, like the kids say, I got chose. And what he says is, when she got pregnant, this is what Akechi says, he discarded me and my mother. Now, you learn this is why I say I like the new. Yeah, I learned this with the new exchange, because in when you get the opportunity to go to a hot springs with him, when he comes to what it do, right? What it do, full time nerd. You get the opportunity to go to the hot springs with him, and he says, "Oh, because I remember I called you. he says, "Oh, I used to come to the hot springs all the time. My mother used to take me here every time she would have a dude over." And I said, "Oh, my damn." So your
Okay.
mama was out here
In
servicing the
these
block, and every
streets.
time she would just drop you off at the hot spring. But he also later on in conversation he made the drop the bomb of, yeah, my father, just before he said who his father was, discarded my mother, the moment he found out she was pregnant. So he probably was just going around having his fun with her. And then when
He
she got
probably
in the
pimped her
family's
out. Like,
way, yeah.
more
But
than
when he,
likely, it was like, oh, this is my main bitch for now. Oh, she's
right,
pregnant. Fuck.
right, damn, I don't want to have nothing to do with that because I can't have no bastards on my record.
Right.
That's not a good look for me. Do you know who I am? I'm a high ranking politician in the diet. I can't be tied to no hoe and no bastard.
Right.
So, with that being said, now this is the only part that I didn't like that kind of spoils it in Royal. If you go ahead and go through the social link with Akechi like I did before the third semester, you get to a point where he pulls you aside and he says, "We're gonna. I don't like you. We're gonna fight." And in that fight, he pull a gun out on you. So you kind of see it. It kind of spoils the big reveal before it gets to the big reveal.
Yeah.
So when he reveals later, after he thinks he successfully killed the main character, and he goes and he gives the update to Shido, this is when you find out that he was contracted by Shido. This is important for this battle. He was contracted by Shido because he had the powers to go into the metaverse and pop off all the people that was standing in Shido's way. So he was basically contracted, and then you learn that this dude's kid that he had contracted.
He contracted. He's a contract. He's literally hitman child hitman.
Yes, and he says it after all that. Finally, maybe I can be acknowledged by my father when you have that last battle with him. So now you got two different people. You got an adult man who feels slighted by society because I did everything right. And I still got the shit end of the stick, technically, if you want to look at it like that. I got the shit
reflection. That's his quote unquote his truth.
Right. Then you got Akechi, who was the bastard child of a hoe. Yeah, the bastard child of a hoe, whose father discarded the both of us. I found out I have this power. I learned I could be of use to him. I just want to be acknowledged by him. This is a kid. Here's the question I'm posing to you now, Onyx. Well, I'm gonna pose the question and I'm gonna say this. Given the information that we know, who realistically has the best motivation of being a murderer? Chat, feel free to weigh in. Listen to the information. Adult. Feel slighted. Moved out to the podunks because of a mistake. Mommy was a slut. But because of a mistake, and quote unquote, because of these things, because I feel trapped, because I refuse to look at the bright side of things, I'm bored. I'ma shake shit up. Now that I have the ability to shake shit up, here I go on a murder spree. Versus a minor who prided and loaded, despite his circumstances, despite his birth, despite his upbringing. I rose to the top for being intelligent. I'm helping the police. But I found out who my father is. I found out I have this power. I could be acknowledged by him. He wants me to do this thing. No, we're not talking about Star Wars. We're talking about Persona.
Like it's in the title. We've been talking about this the whole time.
But I've heard that comparison.
They compare everything to Star Wars. They compare Final Fantasy to Star Wars.
And you know what?
Don't get me started.
You're right.
Keep going.
But so with that being said, though, Who has the better motivation of being a killer? Which one out of those two
Out of
make
the
more
better
sense to you?
motivation to be a killer.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to just flat out say Akechi, but
Right?
now that I thought about Adachi as an adult and being an
Uh-huh.
adult, I'm not saying he wins. I'm saying it's closer than I thought it would be. Because I have to remind myself how I feel at the age
Okay.
that I am. And if I were to be stuck in a place where I was unhappy, unsatisfied,
Okay.
what would drive me to move me out of that place?
Murder?
Well, you have to think about it. Well, look, with my life, maybe. Fuck. Like, I'm just saying, with the
You
life.
see how that's a huge
It
extreme,
is. It
right?
is, though. But it's like, if I'll take myself as an example. I did not come up very well. And there are points when I was a young adult
Mm-hmm.
and I had the opportunity to purposely hurt people.
Right.
I was given that opportunity several times, and I'm going to say it plain and clear for y'all. I have a cousin who has AIDS, and if you give him a certain amount of money, he will go spit on people for you.
The
So
fuck,
it's
man?
not like I didn't have access to hurt people who hurt me.
Okay.
I did, and it was almost free because he was a crackhead.
But murder.
Did I want to murder some people and use that? Yes, sometimes.
Murder? But no, no, okay, no,
That's what
no,
I'm
no,
saying. You
no,
have to do
no,
it. That's
no,
like
no, 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 no. Like that's like I said, but you're using your example when you were you agree with the murder, right? You're right. Like we're agreeing with the murder. Like,
well,
but you're saying that at that point though, but you were a kid,
I
right?
was a
You were not an
young, like
adult.
early 20s.
Correct.
And
Kid.
now that I'm older, I don't think I'd go straight to murder. If Adachi is over the 30 limit, young 28,
He
27.
even if yeah, right. Even if he's in his late 20s, mid 20s. Think about it. Okay, because this is my stance. To me, what
Bombastic side eye. Look, my life is rough, dude. You just getting in here. It's your first time here, sir. You ain't heard shit yet.
prepare, brand new hater.
Yeah, be
Have
prepared.
you met Onyx?
Hi, I'm Onyx. I've got a lot of fucking issues.
She's on issues. Okay, so here's my rationale. Because I'm gonna say it because I'm playing devil's advocate.
Oh, I
Think
want
about
you
it.
to.
Think
That's
about it.
why I
Think
said
about
it.
it. Think about it. All right. I worked my ass off. I did what they told me to do. I'm smart. I'm intelligent. I went to school, possibly got myself in debt. I don't know how the university system is
They
in
probably ain't got
Japan.
no debt
I'm
out
just
there.
saying,
Fuck.
yeah. But I'm just saying, let's just for argument's sake. I got myself in debt. I go to police academy. I do what I was fucking supposed to do. Blase, 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 blase. I make a mistake so unforgiving that you shove me to the sticks. Cool, 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 cool. I'm the subordinate to a detective who already in his feelings because somebody murdered his wife. Right? Flag on the play. Sorry.
Sir.
Right. So not only that, so now I feel like I'm smarter than all these people. Don't shit happen in this little ass town with these country ass folks. My degree and my intelligence is going to waste. I run into a broad that I think should give me some because I say so. She won't cut me none. So I push the bitch into a TV.
So I'm about to devil's advocate your devil's advocate.
That's murder. Murder all the things
Okay,
now.
so how's this sound when a grown ass man gets denied by a girl
Puss,
in
one
regular
time,
in real
one
life?
time,
One time. No, I'm
one
saying
time.
another adult, say another 33-year-old male who
Right.
is the same. And we're talking real life here, okay?
Right.
Because this shit happens every day. Gets denied by a female, shoots the
Right.
bitch, kills her.
Yeah. Is that saying it's right?
No, I'm not saying it's right.
Are we not saying that's an extreme response to saying no, I'm not interested. Is that enough? Yeah, is that enough? Yes. And who's the better villain based on the information that we have?
If
saying that was that enough?
Bitch.
Right. Here's my problem though with Adachi.
Like I said, he's not the best, but I've
come. We don't get enough. We don't. What's the context of how you got to this point, my dog? That's right. What I'm talking about.
We don't get enough information.
How did we go from I feel slighted to just repeated murder?
Yeah. Unless he got...
Because like he said, I wasn't even trying to off the teenager. She just knew too much and got too fucking nosy, so the bitch had to go. What the fuck is wrong with you?
If you felt like you were 100% not going to get caught, would you murder somebody?
Because that was his... Hell, I have morals. That's the thing.
No, damn. Well, we different.
We are different. If that's the case, right. Because... regardless of how pissed off I've ever been about a lot of things, we're talking about through the bullying, we're talking about just everyday life of living as a black woman, a dark-skinned black woman. That's what I'm saying, as a dark-skinned black woman, this, that, and I know I ain't the darkest out there, but I'm dark enough. All the shit that I get on a regular basis.
And you're saying
I don't have no.
You don't have it in you.
Yep, I do not have it in me because they even posed that to the MC in the game. Remember?
Yep.
You have the choice in this dude right now. No one will ever know.
I probably would have failed and did it.
And well, a lot of us did. Remember? Because you can get the bad ending right there. You can get the bad because you presented with the look what he did to your cousin. Look what he did to the cinnamon roll. You gonna let him get away with that? So yeah, to you on that end, the main character has more motivation than Adachi does.
Yes.
Because all I see Adachi is you're an adult that could not deal properly like an adult should with hard times in life. That does not get, because there are people who are way more fucked up than Adachi. Thank you. That would not kill.
Oh, nah.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Murder should not be your go-to, and he didn't have enough of a to me, not enough of a motivation to sit here and be like, oh, that sounds like a person who just wanted to murder and use that slight as an excuse to start what he always wanted to do. People just don't become exactly my thought. People just don't become motherfucking murderers. You murder because that shit has always been in you. It was a show that I just watched. They brought up something like that. Oh, Black Mirror, Full-Time Nerd. No, Demon 79 episode. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen Black Mirror. The demon brought up the same thing. He said that the talisman only works if you are corruptible. He told her that the reason why you're able to do this because it was always down in there.
Oh, well.
So he said, I didn't turn you into a murderer. It was already down in there. He said the only rule for the talisman is that you're corruptible. So again, spoiler alert, if you haven't finished this season of Black Mirror, Demon 79 is the last one, last episode. They say, I just read an article to watch them in reverse because it makes more sense. So whether you watch Demon 79 first or last, that point still stands. So yeah, I agree with that. Full-Time Nerd. If it's in there, it been in there.
Well,
you're using it as an opportunity to say, let me just pick that.
Bye. Thanks for joining.
Oh, bye. No, thank you.
You learn
Catch us next time. Right. Catch us next time. We salute you. See you later. I'll pop by GameStop. But yeah, no. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I'm on the spectrum of it. I'm gonna just say it to y'all right now. If I had the chance, and I wasn't gonna get caught, that's a lot of people's ass.
That's disturbing.
I'm so sorry.
Because then you look at it, you in the same boat with Light and the Death Note.
Yep. I know where I stand. I know what I am.
But where's the morality in
I
that
don't
though?
have it. I don't. There's a deep dark in my soul that feels like the things that have happened to me was undeserved. And those people who did it, who now have kids, who
Mm.
now are who now are in positions of power, who are
Mm-hmm.
now in certain aspects of life where they honestly shouldn't. How dare you after doing what you've done to me? And and I'm not saying for the people who may have changed or whatever. I'm talking about I know you are
No, you can't
still
put stipulations on. You can't. If
there's
you gonna murder, you gonna
stipulations
murder. Why?
on the people
Because
I want to. I will put
because
stipulations.
Adachi didn't. Adachi didn't. Like he said, that teenager just was at the wrong. She knew too much, so bitch had to go.
For me and my people that I would like to get rid of.
Mm.
There are certain people that they are still this way and they are doing it to others. And they are better not off not people are better off with them not here.
Full time nerd says, "Yep, you already have the pre-election to those kinds of thoughts. So, yep, my vote was the kid because he's one kid with an undeveloped brain trying to get love from folks who every child wants to be loved
Oh
by.
no.
Yep, there you're
My vote
correct.
is for Akechi. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because the
But
thing is, I relate to Akechi too, with a crap dad who I wish would have just knew something about me.
no, because you said as an adult now, looking back at Adachi,
I
now you're
said,
leaning toward
I
them.
didn't say I was leading. I said he's higher on the scale, but he still doesn't beat Akechi. Like, I was gonna brush it off of, oh, Adachi's just being a petty bitch, you know?
More, I mean, because like I said, we presented the information.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what
So
my first thought was, and then when I started thinking about it, I was like, oh,
given to some people,
oh.
because here's my stance on it. When I played when I played four, I had to probably have been in the same age bracket as his character, maybe slightly younger. Because I was in college when three came out, and then four was shortly behind that. So probably about the same age bracket. Never, and all of the crap that I went through living in the South, it's one of those things where, yeah, if something happened to you because of karma, sure. But I am not you. I'm not doing it because you're not going to get that. So I'm not giving nobody the satisfaction of saying at the end of the day, yeah, something was off about me because you decided to be an asshole your whole life.
Right.
That's not me. In Adachi's case, so fucking what? I was in top 25 of my damn class in high school too. I went top 10 if I could have been if I tried hard enough, but I didn't. Because I had other shit going on in my brain during my teenage years, so I didn't push myself that hard. And me not pushing myself that hard still made top 25. So that'll tell you something. I delayed going to school, but when I went to school, I was focused. Dean's list all the time. President's list one time. Yep, I sure did. I got out of college like everybody else. Wasn't no cushy job waiting on me. People that I went to school with that was a part of the bullying, hell, they was being successful. That don't look like justice to me. You bullied the fuck out of me, and look at you, winning in life. And here I am still struggling to get through fucking school and all this other shit like that. And so I supposed to luck up on the power to kill people because I got slighted or dealt currently at this moment in my life a bad hand. That's justified for me to pick you off because I'm pissed off that you successful and not me. Because that's how I look at a Adachi.
That's
So
him,
what? You
yeah.
got
There's
built.
some
Yeah, you got
differences.
dealt a bad hand. So what? They put you in the sticks. You couldn't have asked for a transfer after a while. So what? You was bored. So what? A heifer told you who was already cheating on her husband because
She went
her
no good,
vagina,
no
right?
way.
Because her vagina is her vagina, and you sip incel couldn't deal with that. So you go, and the thing was, you didn't know the heifer was gonna fall in the TV. You were just trying to pick somebody off or do somebody bodily harm, right? No, sir. You sound like somebody who never learned to deal and process with life.
Yeah.
You didn't.
I,
And I'm sorry. I don't feel sorry for no
oh,
grown
I don't
ass
feel
man.
sorry for him.
And to say that you justified in your actions because you couldn't deal with fucking life. Now, again, that could be on the game developers, whoever wrote the game, who
Yeah.
didn't give me no more backstory on him like they
I
did.
think they do
Akechi.
definitely need to give him some more
Because
backstory.
I can't fault a kid who
Yeah,
was
no. Akechi
born in
still.
a fucked up
Yeah.
situation, and all they said is, I got something that's going to finally get recognition by the man who tossed me in the street. If this what it takes to get him, besides, because again, on top of that, he's just a kid.
Yeah.
Somebody, okay, this how you know a motherfucker bad. Listen, this how you know a motherfucker bad. The dude that was pulling the strings don't even have the ability to go in the metaverse, and he wasn't even scared that you was gonna do it to him. That's how you know somebody bad. This dude, you know for a fact, the guy you calling to do the hit got the ability to go into your palace to pick you off, but you that dude, he won't even do it to you. Now tell me that ain't somebody who big dick energy.
No, Akechi still is the baddest baddie here. Don't get
Right.
like I said, don't get me
Cause
wrong.
cause think about it. Think about it. Like you said, as a kid, and all this shit happened to you, you're still a kid.
Yeah.
You got the ability, the one person you say, well, yeah, I probably know it ain't right. Because if at the end, because during Royal, with that little extra semester, spoiler alert, Akechi gets pissed off that Dr. Murky has rewritten things in a way where he just gets off scot-free. That pisses him off. And Akechi says, no, I know what I did. I own up to it.
Yep.
I need to be punished. You don't get to take that away from me. You don't get to take that away from me. I would rather, he said in his words, I'd rather die.
He did say that.
Yeah,
And
he did say that.
That's like I said, I can relate to Akechi too, because the thing is, I know it's bad, and I'm gonna just take my lick, if ever I do something. And I always say that if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
I mean, semantics, yes. Because you're saying I would definitely turn into a murder bot.
Yes.
If I could.
If I could.
Me saying, I said, even at my lowest of low, no, I just don't have it in me because I'm not going to give you the satisfaction of saying you got up under me in my skin that fucking bad that I felt like you needed to die. You don't have that kind of power over me. You're not going to get that.
Let me clarify my own murder botanist, though. Because it's not identical to Adachi, it's just relatable. My murder bot is, I now see you doing what you did to me to other people. And I have nothing I can do to stop it. And that
except use my persona powers and off your ass.
Right, if I had the chance. And it's not thing to do with me at this point. I'm fine. I've lived, I've done my stuff, I've come to terms with it. You are now doing it to a small child.
So something, I'm gonna step in again. So why not do what the Phantom Thieves did and just steal your desires and make you confess with your own mouth? Why murder?
Would I rather murder or come to terms with the bad things you've done publicly?
No. Like I said, do what the Phantom Thieves did and snatch your desire and make you confess. Right. So you get in trouble to what you're doing.
Right. Not come to terms, but you do confess and you have to deal with the consequences that way.
Yeah, why not force them into
the planet or confess and hopefully you get justice by the justice
if you system. Did it right. Yeah, if you did it right. You're thinking too long. You study long, you study wrong. So
hold on. There's still one person that I would still murder just out of rage. Everyone else I would do Phantom Thieves.
And there you have it, folks.
I still want to murder one person.
So let me throw this. Let's throw the other contrasting things there. Let's talk about their arcana to add context into how they presented, how each game presented the stories. Y'all tell me. All right, so Adachi's Arcana is the hunger or the jester arcana, or in Japanese, it was called the lust arcana. Here's what this arcana signifies: it signifies danger of losing control or being consumed by power. It also implies strength through dominance and the glass or the abuse of power,
So a
which
fuck
is,
boy.
yes, which again
The fuck boy
plays
arcana.
into, yes, which plays into how he actually was. So I say, when looking at that, it still didn't do his characters no favors.
Yeah, no.
Now here's Akechi's. Akechi's is very simple because he's the justice arcana. It signifies strict justice, objectivity, rationality, and analysis. It plays into how he actually was, but however, the contrast that I see with that is you was a murder for hire for somebody who didn't give a shit about you. Where's the justice, the rationality in that? Because at the end of the day, no matter how rational and intelligent he was, like a full-time nerd said, yeah, but you're still a kid seeking approval
Your
from a parent.
rational context, cognitive for your brain is not even fully developed. Your medulla oblongata is not there yet as a child.
Right. So thinking about that, even with the name meanings that you pulled up, did it fit the bill of how they played out in the games and their decisioning for what they did or why they did what they did?
Oh, it match. It matches.
Yeah,
It
I
matches.
think
I
so.
agree. Both of them. Cause like I said, Adachi is it does got fuckboy vibes. Oh no, this girl turned me down. Everyone must die. I get it.
Right.
That's stupid as fuck. And Akechi is this is the instilled justice in me. I believe in the law. I believe in this. And then it also
Right.
comes in like the back of my head of like, yeah, slavery was legal too, but sure, okay.
Right.
So it's
Right.
like your law can't be absolute when there are flaws, which I get.
Correct.
And that's where
Because
the objectivity comes in.
right. Because if we're gonna say, oh well, yeah, I feel this way, but daddy might say, add a boy today. If I do
I might
this,
get a pat on the head.
yeah, he might acknowledge me. Yay, if I go ahead and just wipe some folks off the planet for him because this is something I can do for him. I get acknowledgement. Like,
And I
I,
hate to say it, but
yeah,
that is like the one thing children strive for is to be acknowledged,
no matter
no
how
matter
shitty the parent
how
is.
shitty their parent is or
And
how
it's
good their
hard,
parent is.
right? It's hard to, because you know people, you see people who grew up in pretty abysmal situations, especially or particularly when it comes down to parents. And then sometimes it's so hard to understand for somebody on the outside looking in to say, like, why would you even still care for that person? Why would you look what they did to you? Da 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 da. And until they get to a certain point in their life or an age in their life where they say, well, I got to break away from this. Because even as a kid, if you say, okay, I ran away, I did this, da, 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 if that person tried to acknowledge, your heart's going to go, maybe now, is it? Am I gonna? And that's how I see Akechi. Do I respect the man? No. Fucking
He's
serial
the worst.
psycho. Do I understand? To me, do I understand where it came from?
Yes.
Yes. I
And
do
it is
understand where it
a
came from because
very rough
I
place.
feel like once again he fell into the theme with the rest of the teenagers of the Phantom
Right.
Thieves. You were manipulated by a really fucked up adult. Egregiously so, because this adult convinced you to murder a bunch of people while putting on the facade of being the embodiment of truth and justice.
Right.
That's some sick shit.
It is. And it's not like this trope hasn't been played before. You know, we got My Honor from Zuko, and you've got literally just watched Avatar The
Right.
Way of the Water, and he's got a kid who's different. He's like, I just want to be acknowledged by my dad. It's a serious trope that is like all over the
I
place.
got you. I hadn't
So,
seen it yet. It's on my list.
oh, I got nothing else to say. Oh,
Uh,
definitely a victim of circumstances. I hate to say, like, chalk up his whole bullshittery. Like,
right.
his whole attitude at trying to quote unquote be your friend throughout the whole entire game is just icky. It makes me itch.
Yeah, but even that had a connotation of keep your friends close, keep your enemies
Enemies.
closer, because it's tactical with him.
Right.
Remember, his father is Shido. If you remember those conversations that he used to have with the director of the SIU,
Yeah.
remember he was like, "Oh yeah, all the players were in place." That's what his father did.
Yeah.
Keep those people close. You see a fool, use a fool. If I can gain insight, and when you don't become, when you're no longer useful to me, or I need to step on you to get where I need to get, or throw you on the bus, I'm going to do that thing. Yeah, he learned from the most crooked person in his life.
Right.
Yeah, like if I already got a sense of, because and that's the other part of this discussion. So I'm glad you said that, because it's a good segue. In both Persona 4 and Persona 5, Adachi is seen as the other side of the coin to you, and Akechi is seen as the other side of the coin to uh the MC, which
Yeah.
I called but I think his name is something. I don't know. I can't something like that. I can't remember. That's not what I call him. I call him a Noto. So do you agree with that? Do you see
Let's see.
Adachi as the true
You
opposite
and
to you?
Adachi.
Right.
You. The thing that is what's the phrase I'm looking for
Mm-hmm.
with both of this question in general is the chink in the armor,
Okay.
the if you as the player
Mm-hmm.
portray these people.
Correct.
And so
So you're gonna project your own brand of morality, if
right.
you got any, on that
So
character. That's
how
that's
can they
that's how I play.
automatically say that these people are your other side, your opposites, your other sides of the coin, or whatever, when they're different players are playing this game? Because you have said it
That's
yourself.
saying something. That's saying
You
something.
were a
That's a
complete
great point.
asshole for one run through.
To a catchy. Yes.
Yes.
And the reason why I was a complete asshole to him, because I smell bullshit.
Yeah. And then
I
when you
as a
play
as I
again,
as a person, I smell bullshit. You only coming around because one, you suspect me and I don't like you.
right.
So stay away. No new friends, no new
Right.
friends.
No new friends. No new friends.
Right.
And that's why I said it's hard to say that both of them are the other side because it's like what happens if Olivia plays the game? There's gonna be completely different answers.
Well, even to elaborate on what you said before that, I because you said something extremely important. Because it's player led that's playing the MC, the game doesn't afford you the opportunity to really ride with the same ideals. You get the bad ending. However, you get the bad ending usually from one choice,
Right.
not a series of choices that you've made throughout the entire game. For instance, with Persona 4, when you get to this particular point where Adachi says, where you in the room, Adachi confronts you and he says, "Hey," because you bring the letter to him,
Yep.
and he says, "You can burn it, and we can kind of do this thing together. If you burn it, he's still an asshole to you because he says, 'Oh, you burnt police evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got to do what I say, or I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z to you.'" So you don't even get the benefit of somebody saying, "Oh, my dog, he's still an asshole."
Yep.
On the other side, with the Kelchi, you have the opportunity where they say, let me remember how this played out with the Akechi. It's the no, it's not even Akechi that do it.
It's
You're
Maruki.
with Sai.
Oh, it's
No, you're
Sai?
well, I'm talking with the
Oh,
original
yeah.
version.
Original.
Well, you could drop a dime on your friends.
Yeah.
Sell them all out so that you can get a lesser sentence, like people do. So stitches those become a snitch, sell your friends up the river, and go on about your business. But you get an automatic bad ending if you do
Yep.
this. So in vain to what you just said, that's a novel idea. If I'm to be the because you're kind of forced to be
Right.
the opposite if that's what we're saying, because what they're saying is these people were given the same exact power that you were given, which is not true, because the only one that comes close is Akechi, because he had two different personas. Can't nobody run 150 like you can. So
Right.
I don't know why they say y'all got the same.
Hey.
No more than Ryuji and the rest of them that got a persona. I don't know why they
Right.
saying
You
that.
run.
Because
You know
Adachi
what?
only
You
had
say
the
that. You're
one too.
absolutely right. I'm sitting here
Yeah,
running on fucking Loki, not Loki, Messiah, and
right. Like I
all this
literally
shit.
can run damn near 200
Alice.
personas. Right.
You
Which
can't, and
I
you just
I
run
finally
one.
made her.
I know.
And I've been running Die For Me like it's going out of
Bro.
style. But yeah, yeah, like you,
No, they
yeah,
can't compare to that. It's hard to
no,
say you and
because
your
you're not like
one
me.
persona
You're
versus,
not like me.
yeah. And like I said,
Me and my literal legion of
that
personas.
is a persona too, Legion.
Yeah, that is a persona. But yeah, like yeah, but you can't compare to my host
Right.
of
Between
Pokemon
that,
Index.
the Pokemon, between the answers you give throughout the game,
Correct.
between the amount of personas you receive throughout the game,
Right.
between knowing, because we all know when we played, when we got to that, between 3, 4, and 5, you know when you got to that spot that was the question. Between
Right.
whether it be 3 and it's like, hey, do you want to kill Thanos in your bedroom?
Yeah,
And
like
you
yeah,
know
because
good
three
and
because
goddamn
three
well.
had that. Yeah, like if you kill them, you just live in oblivion until
The end of
the end.
days.
The end is gonna come quick. You ain't gonna know it. You blink, you miss it. You're gone anyway. It doesn't
Right.
matter.
It's like you know that that's not the right answer as the player.
Right.
You know, even with Royal, when you get to Maruki, and he's like, hey, do you want me to just have this playful world for you? And you just have a good
Right.
ass life? And you're
Because
like, I
it's
know that's
like
not
what,
the right answer.
and I even because I'm at that part where all of my friends are apologizing to me for, because like Maruki said, it only came to fruition because they wished for it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to do it if they didn't wish for it. So they all apologizing to me, because remember, you go in and everything's seen off and Wakaba's alive and everything's all hunky dory and
Yep.
none of that.
Your cat isn't
So
a cat anymore.
right, like he's what he always saw himself to be as a human. And so they apologized to you because they said, I'm not gonna lie, the presentation was great. And in that instant, I did want that.
Yeah.
And it makes sense, because who would choose to be sexually molested by your teacher
Right.
and have to jump off a building? Who would choose for my mother to be dead if she could be alive?
Right.
Who would choose to, be lose my dream of becoming a track star if that's what I wanted? Like, who would choose to be abused? Like, who would choose that? Who would choose for my father to be dead through police work if I could just have my family?
Right.
Who would choose that? And again, we're presenting this to a bunch of kids.
Right. This is.
So it makes sense. And that's what I was telling my friends: when you can give the answer, I don't blame you, or it makes sense, or I'm not mad, because it does make sense to my adult brain.
Yeah.
It makes sense to me. I can't fault you for wanting your mother back from the dead. I can't fault that to a kid who felt like she was the cause of her mother's death. I can't fault that. I can't fault my homegirl for not wanting her homegirl to jump off a building because of this deplorable shit that happened to her. I can't fault that my other homegirl don't want to go home to her daddy every day. I can't fault that. That makes in a sense.
Yeah.
So those answers in that presentation, in that, like, I don't see where I'm looking, but I also got that in my adult brains to what didn't kill you made you stronger,
Right.
which is the point that Royal is making. Don't erase that.
And that's why, totally in all, it's hard to
Right.
say that these villains are the opposite of what you are.
Correct. Because how can you be the opposite if there is gray area? Because with them, it's almost like it isn't any gray area, or at
Right.
least Adachi didn't get a chance to have any gray area. Because even when he goes to jail, he's still indignant the entire time. He's still, you're a
He ain't
dumbass if
learned
you
nothing.
still,
He ain't
yeah,
learned nothing.
still writing him. He literally call you a dumbass if you write to him, if you're still trying to be cool to him. He's like, yeah, I did what I did. Oh well, it is what it is, and I'm behind bars because I did what I did. If I did it, he had probably had the attitude, if I could do it all over again, now I know how to stick and move so I won't get caught.
And I add you to the list.
Right, that is right. And I add you to the list because now I know you
Yeah,
some
no.
stupid kid.
And that's
As
not,
opposed to,
when you're playing, that's not even what you're thinking, or even what you think the opposite of what you'd be doing is.
right, because think about it. You don't get a chance to play a character in the gray.
Yeah.
So that leads to my last conclusion of this entire discussion before we deem a winner. With that thought in your head, what can we expect in regards to the next antagonist in Persona 6 and beyond?
Well,
Because given
first
what we know from
and
these two that
fucking
was
most,
contributed to
fucking
us.
get rid of these detective children, please.
Yeah, I'm sick of their ass too.
Please,
I'm
sick
done.
of these.
Yeah, I'm done.
A child
Yeah.
prodigy detective child.
Yeah, I'm sick of that shit.
Like, you know
Yeah.
good and damn well the police don't want your ass here. Okay,
Right.
come on now. Come on.
Pretty much. Yeah.
No.
Right. Like, I don't give a shit how smart you are. Get out of here.
And that's the big one. I think we need to, and I know this has been used in other games, but we have to
Okay.
have, how do I put it? It's kind of like with Fire Emblem. And in Fire Emblem, you realize none of your answers fucking do anything until they get to this one answer. But the game warns you that your decision changes the game, right?
Okay.
That's fucked
Yeah.
up. Like, let me be oblivious. This is the point of the game.
Yeah.
I want to have, and I hate to say it like this, it would make the game really long in development. I
Okay.
want every answer, even repetitive ones, for repetitive circumstances, to have a R plus or an R negative. I want to.
Agreed.
I need to know if I have Kawakami to my house 7 times to give me a happy ending. Someone's gonna notice that there's a teacher at this student's house.
Right.
And the police gonna show up. That's the type of shit I want.
That would make the game hella long. Yes, and I agree with you.
And I know
I agree
that's
with you.
asking for a lot.
I agree.
I spend all this money at a fortune teller, and I keep coming back with more money. I want her to say, I guess I'm fucking doing something right. I need to be big time. Big time.
Or get suspicious about where you keep getting this money
Right.
from.
You 16.
Right. What kind of after school job you got where you can literally drop bands on my feet? Because every time the game tells you to go see Chihaya and you're over here dropping 5K, 6K, and initially you had to give her 100K just to get a rock salt.
Right. And that's what I'm saying.
Ain't nobody gonna question where this 60-year-old came into this big.
We can talk about what's her face. The why are you in a fucking bar in the red light district talking to a drag queen and a reporter? A writer.
Right. Like right. Like why? Like I here and I agree with you 100%. I want there to be. I want to live in the gray.
Yes.
Where where all they need to tailor the answers from the jump where everything that you say or start to do affects the game.
Right.
And that I'm like you, that I need it to
That
affect the
part.
game. I need to live in the gray. And the reason why I say that is like you said, too many things get the pass over
Is there,
in
if I'm
this
not
game.
mistaken, there is a countrywide curfew in Japan for minors.
Not big dog who go to the red light district to hang out with boozy ass homegirl
Right.
and La La Chan.
So why are you sitting here in this bar? Why are you at a doctor's office? Test drugs willingly.
Right.
Nobody said nothing.
Right. If they can't do anything, bring back the reverse arcana when you sit here and run through all these girls.
I agree with that.
Because three gave us that much. Even though you were forced into a relationship with all the girls and they didn't give you a choice to back out or like make them platonic,
yeah,
at least there were consequences if you didn't balance it right. Like you literally had to balance your relationship, or you could reverse one of the girls because that happened to me, and I didn't know what the fuck was going on until I had to make it right. That would be
the
awesome.
kids be
It would
living
be more realistic at
lawless.
that. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like I want to live in the gray. I want to live in the
I
gray.
also would want, and I know you're gonna like this now that you've made mention of it, not
Uh-huh.
just the girls, but other relationships reversing. If
Yes.
you do something that's out of character that they think you are.
Or
So,
add to it, Sid. Add to it. If you jump or you get in a relationship with one of the girls that they like,
right.
and it causes a rift
I'm saying,
in your
like,
friendship.
what can I think? Give me a second. Brain
Because
is
that
on
makes sense.
100.
That makes great sense.
So, for instance, oh yeah, you
Right.
give her information, right?
Right.
What if you did something she did not like, not relationship wise, like that? Like the
Mm,
politician now knows something that only she wanted to know.
got you.
That would
Okay.
revert and cause a consequence in that relationship.
Got you.
That's what I would
Got
like to
you.
see. Because you can't really.
Balancing the confidants or balancing the social links and how they all, as opposed to you just being the center
Yes.
of all the social links,
Yes.
everybody works off of everybody
Right.
and you are just the wheel in the cog. So yeah, it would affect, like you say for, let's use the Persona 5 cast. Say Ryuji says, oh, look, and I have to keep referring to three because three was in the right direction because they did
Right.
this. Because if you turn down hanging out with one of your home slices
Yep.
to hang out with somebody else, it would kind of affect that relationship because they're like, you wouldn't hang out with me, and it make it harder to hang out with them in the future.
Yes.
5 and 4 didn't do that. So say for instance, say Ryuji call you up, be like, hey, I want to go hit the gym. You want to go with me, and you turn them down, and they see you
With.
like have that little bit, and they see you hanging out with somebody else.
You're at the planetarium with what's his face.
I thought you said you was busy, or I thought you so you couldn't can't hang out with me
Yeah.
because of
Oh,
they might
you're at a
feel some
fucking
kind of way
blues
about
club
it.
with a catchy bitch.
Right. I thought you said you didn't like him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So with that being said, how would we like to see, how would that turn, well, how would that affect, or how do you see that affecting a future antagonist for the upcoming game? Did you know it's coming? Or, and here's another one to chew on while you're thinking about that. Do we even want to see kids anymore?
I don't want to see kids anymore.
Okay.
Go the Final Fantasy way, make it fucking MA. You're already borderlining it. Because you have these adult themes and you have these shit happening to these kids. You might as well fucking make it adult at this point.
That can
Grow
be
the fuck
intriguing.
up. There you go. Bam. And I think with the whole antagonist is, it would be, like I said, very complex. But based on your tiptoeing around to do certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, say, Joker had to, you know, we had other skills. Not necessarily like
Correct.
leveling up sneak or anything like that, Skyrim style,
Okay.
but we had to get closer to minor characters to get to the places we needed to go to get to those social links so that
Gotcha.
we did
Yep.
not get in trouble. But the antagonists, thank you, I do want to see some adults too. This is ridiculous for these fucking kids. It's hard for me to watch anime with kids now. I'm fucking old. Um, the antagonist, depending on where he would be in your life, whether he's
Mhm.
a stranger, he's a friend of a friend, he's whatever, notices your movements
Okay.
because
Yeah.
you did not do the certain things you were supposed to do. And that would reflect, I think that would be great in a final battle, saying, well, your ass was out in the middle of the night, and he retelling all the
That
things you
sounds like
did.
some messy ass shit right
It
there.
does.
So I
But
don't
that's
like
how it,
ew stalker much. You've
well, that's
been
what I'm saying.
watching
It's
me.
like, or you got in trouble with um, disrespecting your friends, or so on and so forth. I
Yeah,
think,
so who are you to judge me
yeah, kind of like
if
that.
you're no better than me because you did XYZ,
And
and
it,
it's all because of the choices you've been making in the game, kind of like what they did with Catherine.
yes,
Remember that system? Depending on how you answered the questions in Catherine when you went into confessional, they were asked. Now the problem with that thing though is some of the questions in Catherine though you have to be like, I don't want either or of these answers, but you kind of had to pick one,
yeah,
whatever one you was leaning towards. I would like something like that, but a little bit more cleaned up because I don't like being forced into a particular
right.
answer. If I can see a middle way, like yeah, like even give us a middle ground answer.
Yeah, like we don't even have them. A lot of it is like a yes or no, or asshole, not asshole, or
Right.
cheeky, not cheeky.
And
There's
I don't
no
want it
like
to
anything.
be dependent on me having enough guts to say the shit either.
Right. Because a
Like
lot of
just, I
people,
mean, I know that some people can't just say whatever is on their mind. I know that's realistic, but
right.
still,
But
not for
it's kind of
everybody.
like, I'm going to say what the fuck I want to say.
Right. Or like I said, I want to live in the gray. I want to live in the gray. Now, I do agree with you. I would like to see some adults this go around,
Yes.
simply to touch on some subject matter that I feel would just work better with adults.
Yeah.
Like you said, things get more complicated when sex is involved. I don't want implied sex with a bunch
I
of
want
teenage.
Clive
I want
Booty.
now I don't have to see the sex necessarily,
I want some
but I do
Clive
want
Booty.
complications from adult relationships intertwining, like with strikers when the cop that helps you in strikers personify strikers actually awaken to his persona, but then you have a guy. What I like about his character is his code name was Wolf. What I like about Wolf was he was raising his daughter on his own because his in the same vein with Dojima, his wife was murdered and they kind of know who did it, but his daughter blames him. You're too chicken to go after
Damn.
who did it. Yeah. So you threw yourself into your work or you push or you don't want to shake the boat anymore because you too chicken to go after the person who's responsible because that person happened to be like somebody in a government office.
Yeah.
Do your job. I don't have my mother. And I liked him because he had to come to terms with dealing with his daughter who resented him.
Yeah.
That's good adulting. That's a good adult theme. Something that teenagers not going to deal with because one, you ain't got no kids.
Right.
Two, who resenting you like that? So
And you're
you
very
see what I
team
mean?
you as an adult, as a child. As a
Right.
child.
That's a right.
You're
Yeah.
very team you.
Right. As opposed to where you have to even I would even like to see some young adults.
Yeah.
Like, starting your career or even in college where you have to deal with all this different stuff because you're cut loose and now you're dealing with all the stuff. However, I told you what I would like the theme to be I like him to deal with themes of sickness.
Yes, we've talked about that before.
And I would love to have I would like personally to see an antagonist act like the guy from the Saw franchise. You're taking life for granted.
Yes, that would be really nice. I'm gonna throw in
Yeah.
here one other mechanic I wish they would throw in, and I'll be done with this
Yo,
forever.
okay.
Um,
Forever. Never
you
coming
know
back.
how you're forced to interact with Akechi throughout the whole entire game, and you don't want to.
Yeah, I really don't
I
fucking
want
want
there
to.
to be an option to just not fucking interact with a character, and you
Correct.
pay the fucking consequence, whether it be
Yep.
good or bad, for
Yep.
interacting with the character. Like,
Right.
if I could have, I wouldn't fuck with not Ken. What is his name in three? Who
Which
dies?
one? Oh, Shinji.
I wouldn't fuck with
I
Shinji the
think it's
whole
yeah,
time.
Shinji. Yeah,
I
Shinji.
wouldn't.
Yeah.
I would have left his ass on the sidelines, and maybe he would have survived, even with not knowing that he was going to die when I played. At the
Yeah, I see
time,
what you're saying.
I didn't
Yeah.
care for Shinji's shitty attitude as a human being, as a player of the game. It's not a character I would, you know,
Yeah.
recruit because fucking
Right.
Skyrim or whatever. I would have left his ass. And how would
Right.
that change? Because Shinji dies with you.
Now here's the other thing though. We'll also have to take into account where what if you don't want to deal with somebody, but everybody else that you're dealing with want to deal with them?
I think that would be in the mix. It's like
Make the game
it
complicated.
would. It'd make you feel some type of way, and that's what games, they were
Right.
trying to like with the whole. I'm bringing Final Fantasy 16 back. The creators want you to feel how Clive feels,
Right.
hardcore, and to
Right.
do that, they had to add sexual relationships. They had to add rated MA, mature audience only, because the concept to think outside yourself is not a child
Well,
concept.
see, now I draw the line with you can tell an adult story without having to have
Well,
sex.
not that. I'm just saying they're saying because that's the character they want to portray. What I'm saying is those concepts of thinking, not just you, team me, team child, or whatever. Like I tell Olivia, you're team you all the time. If it doesn't benefit
Well,
you,
I mean, in the well, that doesn't technically that doesn't apply to the Phantom Thieves. Remember, they were thinking that yeah,
they
it's
were thinking.
selfish, but
I'm
it's
not
not
saying it's not
selfish.
like
Yeah, because
hardcore
it's like
incapable.
right, because they're out because you have to be think somebody other than yourself to do what they did.
Right.
I see something's wrong with society. The adults are being really shitty because they are. Something needs to change because it does. Because their attitude is a lot more people are going to get hurt.
Right. With
Let's
their
do this.
circumstances, yes, they
Right,
they thought of other people.
right.
Even though I will say, when we initially are introduced to those characters, the reason they awaken is because they their circumstances for
It's
themselves.
right because you have to make peace with your
Right.
reasoning, the reason why, and that goes for an adult or a child.
Yeah.
If you don't know why you're doing the thing that you're doing, because even in Clive's sense, remember he had one particular purpose. I get revenge who killed my brother. Then you find out your ass might have did it. Oops, doodle.
Ooh.
Now I lose my fucking purpose. What the fuck?
We
I
lost the
deserve to
world.
die. Right. Yeah, I deserve to die. I'm scum of the earth. And then going, yeah. So even as an adult, you still have to, because that's not automatic. It doesn't just come
Yeah,
on,
no,
oh,
it's
I
a
have a sense
learned
of
thing.
purpose. I, am no longer equal. Because we know plenty of adults who are egotistical or
Right.
egocentric
Oh,
as an
we
adult.
know.
Right. So it doesn't necessarily go away with age.
Right. It
So
goes away
I
with experience, I want to say.
yeah, and or it goes away with empathy.
Yeah.
When you learn empathy and learn that that's why I like the game The World Ends With You,
Yeah.
because that whole phrase is it comes from the phrase or it comes from the saying your world is only as big as you know it.
Yeah.
So if you don't let anything in your world is however big it is. If you want to be closed off and to yourself, that's how big your world is.
Yeah.
So the world ends with you is literally your world could be as grand as grandiose as you want it. If you want to go out here and have these lived experiences, da 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 da, Oh,
Oh,
honey,
we're
you
done.
missed everything. We're
Sorry,
literally at the
Spider.
conclusion.
We're done. We're just about finishing.
But you're still on a good part.
Oh yeah.
So
We're to review the next Persona game. What we want to see: gray area,
yeah, I want some gray. I need some gray. I need some gray
consequences
area.
for ignoring characters,
Yeah, I need some consequences for my choices. Let me have free reign choices from the jump.
stop writing quote unquote children. Let's get some
Yeah,
adults in here.
we would we want to mix it up now. We've done children for
And
three
if
games
you
now.
do write children, then there should be children consequences.
Yeah, that would what do y'all say? These children were just living lawless and nobody said shit.
Nobody, because I looked it up. There's a curfew for the whole
Yeah,
entire country of
we
Japan.
we can go to the red light district. Nobody bat an eye. We can
No,
go to the
no.
fortune teller at night.
You going to
We
church and it ain't even Sunday. Like,
Right, you can go. Yeah, I mean, because we meet my homegirl in there. That's fine. We can go to different areas and just stand off into space because people don't know I'm going into the
right.
my mental with
That's
the
what we
velvet room, just
we want
standing
to see
around looking
that
like a
good
geeker.
shit in the next Persona, please, please, God, please.
Right. I would love to see that, and I would love to have because they almost got it with a gray area antagonist with Akechi.
Yes,
Because to
it's
me, he's almost very gray area, but in comparison to the rest of the children that are in the game, whereas they saying, well, we're not going to do this despicable thing,
right.
he says, well, I am going to do it, but to be fair, it's because I'm looking for love and approval.
Right. Like
Okay.
I am a child of circumstance here, and this is the tools I've been given, and this is how I will use those tools.
Right. And as opposed to even going back to Persona 3, where the guy that was over the group, because they had to have a advisor,
Yeah.
the guy, the chairman. Yeah, I forgot his name, but I just be here and I put seeds together and ha 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 the whole time he's working for my
He kind
good.
of caught me off guard.
Yeah, the first time I
Yeah, the
played it, yeah,
first
he did
time.
catch me off guard because he was very unassuming.
Yeah.
He wasn't there all the time. He popped up to just make sure that the meeting was going well, and he really didn't. He really didn't. To me, didn't really mean a hill of beans here or there because he had his motives somewhere off that had nothing to do with your daily school life. You know what I
Right.
mean?
He
Other
was
than
just doing
seed,
that adult thing where I'm
right?
just observing
And
and
then
supervising.
when it came down to it, it was, aha, y'all played right into my hands. Classic villain. Thank you.
Trap
Now
card.
let me pop. Yeah, yeah. Basically, you activated my trap card. So yeah, no, I want to see. I want to see an antagonist that genuinely lives in the gray.
Yeah. And a
Kind of
protagonist
like,
that lives in the gray. I want
kind
the
of like
water
the
so muddy.
Punisher from, kind of like the Punisher from the comics,
Yeah.
kind of like that other superhero. I just need you to live like people. Your methods to achieving what it is almost blurs the line.
Right. I want both the antagonist and the protagonist to be in that gray area where you don't know if you're really the bad guy or not here.
And I know that's a tall order, and it
Duh.
might be
Do
asking
you
too
hear
much.
us, Atlas?
Well,
Atlas?
and I will say that I don't because I know that can get really complicated
Oh,
because
yeah.
there it goes into so many scenarios and you kind of want a clear defining
Nope.
line like look you are this and this. It makes the game really complicated, but I am okay with having a ending that almost unsettles me because when I think about it I can't tell the difference. I'm
Right.
okay with that
I'm here for that.
if done
It's
well.
like we all just need Aaron Yeager endings at this point. Just cloudy.
Yeah, and I'm okay if it's done extremely well. And it has to be done extremely
Yeah.
well, where even at the end of it, I sit back when I'm done with the game and I'm like,
You're in the shower like this for 20 minutes.
no, I'm telling this is how I'm gonna be. I want to sit back and be like, Yeah, I mean, I saved the world, but shit, at what cost?
Right. But that's what I
Huh?
said. It's like you think about it for days and you're in the shower like,
Yeah, like at what
did I
cost?
even save the
It was
world?
it was some no, like it's clearly defined. I did, but the at what cost is who had to be sacrificed for it to happen
Yeah.
because they had to be casualties
Yep.
in order to get what it is. There had to be casualties. I made a judgment call. The judgment call that I made, like I wanted to be a Thanos thing.
Oh, definitely.
When baby Gamora asked him, "Did you get what you wanted?" And he says, "Yes." And she said, "And what did it cost you?" He said, "Everything." Sure. If that's the answer I have to give at the end of that game, all right. That's kind of what I want.
I'm here
That's
for
kind
that.
of
I'm
what
definitely
I
here for
want.
that. Great. We want gray areas and questionable endings.
Right. So
That's
there you got
hey.
it. Your battle royale, y'all. Put it in your brain. What do you think? Talk about it, post about it. What you think? Which one made more sense?
Adachi.
Adachi's or Akechi's bitch ass? Yeah, I still call him bitch boy. I don't
He
like
is
him.
still bitch boy.
Regardless of whether or
His
not I agree with the
personality
situation.
is just not like him. If he didn't like at the end do the things, if he was just another person in society that you had to deal with, I would not be friends with this motherfucker at all.
Hell
At
no.
all.
I
All right.
hated the fact that they made me. But yeah, that's it. That's it.
I will post more about it, but we have a special this Sunday.
We do.
Siblings who love each other, but not like that.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about some normal siblings in
Yes,
anime and
normal
manga.
siblings, please.
Not those
God.
questionable relationships.
No.
So don't go suggesting no weird ass
Don't
relationship
you
for us to talk about
dare.
because we already tell you we ain't talking about them like that.
No.
We want normal. We want a healthy relationships
Right. Let's do three
between
o'clock
them.
on Sunday. Are you cool with that?
Yeah, let's ride through here at 3. Let's have ourselves
3 o'clock
a nice afternoon tete-a-tete.
Sunday. Yeah,
It
it does.
is, it's yeah,
I always
because
feel it's messy because mostly for people who do have siblings, know how you feel. Like, ew, it's Kevin. Ugh. Like, just, I'm just saying, like, this always made me feel weird when girls would come up to me and be like, Kevin's your brother? Ah, and you get to live with him? The fuck?
ew. See, the
Ew.
joy of growing up with a brother, because I didn't grow up with brothers, so
Oh.
it's like, you tell me you're interested in my sister, it's like, okay,
Mm.
but what are your intentions? You want me to bust you in your shit? Like,
Right. It's like over
are
here,
you
it's just
trash?
like, it's
Or
cringe
if
for me.
if you're good, then it's like, okay, all right, let's see if you're gonna make the cut.
Yeah.
But other than
It's
that,
just
yeah,
so fucking.
right.
No, no. So my brother, and if you're on here, Kevin, you can't deny it, was a hoe.
That
Kevin was a hoe.
was
Kevin, that
hard.
Negro was a hoe. And my mom, this is the best part
Thought
of
not
this.
here. Thought,
My
thought, thought,
mom,
thought.
he was a thought. Kevin was a thought. My mother has a brother she met when they were like 16, 18, right? So she never saw that he had a hoe phase. We just finding out my Uncle Blaze was a hoe too.
Oh, you just putting all their little
And
business
my
out in the street,
mom
child.
was like, I didn't know Blaze was like that because I only met him when I was 6. I was like, oh, well, welcome to how my whole entire high school life was. Now you too have a hoe brother.
Damn. Now
I said
you
what I
two.
said.
Now you two can take home your very own whole brother. Right.
Okay, first and foremost, you better not say none of your brothers were hoes because you're the one that's not married. They are, and that's gonna get them in trouble. I'm married to your brother. Was he a hoe?
Don't put it out
Brian
there.
was not a hoe
How you know?
because
You
he
didn't grow
was.
it. The brother would have to tell that information there.
Well, the thing is, he lived in the AIDS capital in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I
I
wouldn't
mean,
be a
we
hoe
all
either.
did. We all did.
I wouldn't be a hoe either with shit like that floating around.
There was plenty of people who didn't know either and didn't know their status was just out there, or you had some people who were just angry and didn't care. So
I think he was very paranoid about it.
What doesn't kill you make you stronger.
All right, so Sunday we have
Sunday.
Sorry, head thrusting. 3:00. Siblings, but not like that.
Yeah.
And then brothers for everyone. You're absolutely right. So you got lucky of having just sisters, and you didn't have.
You get a hoe brother, and you get a hoe brother, and you get a hoe brother.
Oh my God, Kevin is this and Kevin is that, and I was like in my head, Kevin is fucking 5 other girls, but okay, sure.
Well, I mean, if you want to be a notch in the belt, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Like, by all means. And I love the ones who are like, we're going to get married, and you're going to be like the best sister. And I was like,
oh, unfortunate soul.
Like, yeah, it was like Kevin has hit a girl with a car. Kevin has kicked a girl out of his car.
Oh my God. Hey.
Kevin has done a lot of things. Right. One girl was something about money, and he just said, you got to go.
But join us Sunday.
And then our next usual time is, are you a farmer yet?
Yes. If you enjoy farming simulations, join us next Friday.
That's your episode.
And tell us your favorite ones. This is my favorite genre of video games. Yes. I love to farm, and anyone who knows me knows that usually my Sundays are reserved for either The Sims or my farming games. And I don't know, not like my niece who likes Room Factory. I don't want my farming games with a side of fighting. I don't want to fight shit, but these turnips pulling them out of the ground. I just want to farm.
I kind of like the fighting, but it's got to have some serious purpose.
Yep, nope. I when I say I settle in for that cozy game, I literally want to pet my cow and my pet chicken, plant my roses and put them in the little shipping container, go romance one of the bachelors or bachelorettes in the game.
If they were whores, look, maybe you got lucky with brothers who weren't whores, like, but being a sister to a brother is a whole thing, and it sucks sometimes. You ever had to get your brother out of a window, and he came in because he left? This is the best story ever I have of Kevin. Kevin crawled through the window at 2:00 in the morning while me and my other brother were playing video games, and he just started screaming that her leg popped off. Apparently, Kevin was doing the do to some girl, and he didn't know she had a prosthetic leg. And
I'm good. All right.
And so he screamed.
You should never know so much about a person that you physically don't know like that. I don't feel like it's fair for me to know that kind of thing about them, and they don't know anything about me. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you,
I'm saying, like, I don't even remember this girl's name. Like, I think he met her.
It ain't right, dog. It ain't right.
I'm just saying, like, there's shit being a sister where you didn't have to. Your brother done crawled through the window because some crazy shit.
You know how that's gonna make me look at him?
I look at him like he done lost.
Yeah, but that's not right for me to look at you. I don't need to look at you like that. I ain't your sister.
I'm just saying.
Now I got the just face. That's not fair.
If I have to live with it, you have to live with it. I'm just saying. If I have to deal with it, someone has to deal with it with me.
Your therapist can deal with it.
I'm just saying. Okay? It's I have a sister. I have younger sister. I have younger brother. I didn't have to deal with none of that with them. Being the younger sister to an older brother, that's significant timestamp right there of time between us is hard to deal with. And there is nothing I feel like is more egregiously disgusting than dealing with that as the younger sister of an older brother who was a hoe. So,
well, folks, there you have it.
Yeah, so also I have the June calendar just about finished. I'm going to finalize that, post it. Hopefully we don't have any issues in July calendar.
Nope. We got some good stuff coming up
Good
though.
stuff coming up. I mean, we got
As
Sims shit.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I think one in particular y'all might get a kick out of are the real villains
The real villains of
of
anime.
anime. Um, as always, put your suggestions for us.
In Le
We're
Box
in, yeah,
comments,
because we do
wherever.
look at those if you do that, and that's what's up. If you notice there's a pin comment there, you
Lay
can go and
merch.
check that out if you would
I
like.
have been dabbling with some new images, so expect by next week some
No,
new stuff.
ma'am, you're not gonna say that like that.
What?
You're gonna say where you got them damn images from.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that at all. You gave me new images. I
Put some
dabbled
respect
with
on my
them.
name. Put some
Our
respect on my name.
lovely
Put some respect on
artist, Geeky,
I work
has
hard with these
given
fingers.
us
I
more
got arthritis.
images for us to wear. I'm going to say
Right.
it like that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to gloss over it so lightly. You're absolutely right. You deserve significantly more um, than that.
Yeah.
Because she
No, you're
draws
good.
anything you see us in chibi or artistry or in any way, shape, or form.
I got to
That's
redo.
this one. Because I can't fucking draw word
I
shit.
have to redo.
I can't
But
draw
that's
word shit.
another thing. But no, we got some good stuff coming out. She's
Yes,
been
it's
working
going to be
hard
fun.
on some good stuff. If you want to check it out, pop in. Do that.
We're going to start
Um,
kicking it into full gear real soon. So you're going to expect some more videos from us. Um, huh?
yeah, we are.
Yeah, like I'm serious about. We want to talk about more of like what are we watching this week. We want to talk about cons in your area. We're gonna get some more con content.
I know. I'm so excited.
I'm excited about that too.
So excited. So excited. So excited.
Oh
And
yeah. Stay tuned.
you know, tell us what y'all are, or especially when we do that, tell us what y'all are
What are
out
we
to.
gonna
If y'all
ask the
gonna
people at cons?
plan on, yeah, would you
Throw some
gonna
questions.
try to visit a couple, you know,
Yes.
this year?
I need a new
So that's what's
microphone.
up. We're all on the social medias, even though
All
it
the
don't
medias.
seem like it because we don't really.
I'm getting, like I said, I'm kicking it into full gear. I now a lot of things have just popped off, and I'm very excited about it. I got another
Oh,
business
for
venture. Yeah.
for my savvy haters who noticed I was drinking water and not booze today, I have started intermittent fasting, so I can't have booze
No booze for
right
you.
now. But my fast is officially over, so
Go eat.
I am gonna go eat. Yeah, it's I did the thing. I made it, so I'm good. So no, follow us on all the things. Talk to us. We talk back.
Talk to
We
me.
do. We do.
I
We do
talk
talk back.
back. Let's talk
Um.
money. I talk back. All right.
All right.
Toodaloo.